Hey, Evie. I forgot to unplug that cord in Cool, so you guys are going to need to do that. Okay, just making sure. Check the year. Yeah. Um, we probably need to go in about the next 5, 6 minutes. If we can hit the intro at about 45, that would be ideal. But I leave that up in your capable hands. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, hold on, Evie. Yeah, Don, okay.
See it.
Yep, you're on.
It's on.
And loud and clear.
All right, check, 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 check. Field side mic, check, check.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, that sounds good. And we are on, so channel 1, 1, it's all good?
Yes.
Everything's good? Okay.
Yeah, looks good up here.
I won't change a thing, I will turn it off for now, though.
Okay, perfect.
And when is it, yeah, okay. I'll see it blink probably. I'm still on 3 bars.
Yeah, that thing's pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, bye. Okay, Evie, what were you saying? Yes, the intro's like 2.5 minutes long. Take out the weather and no song and play the intro. And that should get us in around 46 and a half, 47, right? Perfect. How we doing on time, Evie? Oh, perfect. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wigwam Stadium in Seminole, Texas. It's time for Week 2 Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, also on HobbsAmerica.com and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Brad Anderson helping us out on the camera tonight as it is opening night for Texas high school football, Week 0. As they call it, for the tribe, the Seminole Indians. Week 2 for our Lovington Wildcats, who had a rough go of it last week, but going to look to bounce back against a tough Seminole Indian squad. As we move on through our Lovington Wildcats Stonewall Field Services pregame show, of course, last week the Wildcats, just didn't have a good first half, and in the end of the game, it wound up costing them. They did come through with a big second half in that one, and Cameron Ochoa had a fantastic game, 140 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, and he broke some long ones. And Cameron, of course, hard to catch when he gets open. Cesar Gonzalez also with a big game. He had 7 catches for 97 yards in that ball game to lead the receiving corps. In the ball game, Wyatt Gomez went 22 of 36 for 232 yards. He did have that touchdown, as mentioned, to Gonzalez, but more importantly, he threw 3 interceptions. I think that is going to be extremely important today for the Wildcats, is to control those turnovers. As Don Morgan fieldside with us here at Wigwam Stadium. So, Don, I know you were talking and looked like to Coach Robert Areola down there. So, what's going on fieldside here at a nice Wigwam Stadium?
Well, we were just kind of talking about being here and the differences in the stadium and the programs over the years, and Seminole and their record from last year and the team, and looking at them this year. And it's just nice to sit and visit. He was also talking about kind of what we talked about at the end of last week's game, that the Lovington team is out missing some really key positions and key players with injuries, and that even without them, this gives Lovington a good chance for players to step up. And that has happened a lot in the past, is that you might have some players out, but all of a sudden you realize, because of that, some certain other players step up, and you realize that they've got the potential and that they're going to be stronger. Your team's going to be stronger in the long run for it. But he's really looking forward to, as he knows the coaches, and having a good, strong, full team back, and a little deeper and later into the season. So we're talking about some things like that.
Well, and very important to remember, of course, a lot of key injuries, as we mentioned and talked a little bit about. I mean, there's no point in flogging it, as Coach G I think said last week. You got to play with the kids you've got and the team you've got, and this will just get more of these kids football experience. Yeah, you mentioned Seminole last year, 10-2. A little bit of an upset in the Texas area round, which is the second round in the Texas High Playoffs, a 41-40 loss. So this tribe is looking to get back into the win column and get back into their winning ways under Coach Greg Pointer. They are a 4A Texas team. Of course, Texas and New Mexico a little bit different, as they are 4A Division II. If you look at Texas football, they are actually 14A. They just call them Division I and Division II. So Seminole is 4A Division II, and they are currently 24th in the state in Texas 4A Division II. We've got the pledge and also the national anthem coming up, so we'll take a quick timeout, come back, and continue your Stonewall Field Services pregame show on Z94 KZOR. Back to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, getting ready for this New Mexico-Texas 4A battle as the Lovington Wildcats taking on the Seminole Indians. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Welcome back, Evie. Glad to have you back as part of the team. And just a quick note, we are having to shoot through glass here at Wigwam Stadium, as they've completely redone this stadium since the last time I was here. Of course, that was back in the 1990s. So, but very nice press box, but the windows do not open. So we will be fighting a little bit of glare, especially early in the day on the video side. So please just bear with us. And they put a load-bearing wall right in front of actually kind of where I need to be looking. So you'll just have to bear with me a little bit. But we've got Dawn fieldside and Brad running the camera. So all good as the team captains are out on the big S at the 50-yard line. And waiting to see who won. And Lovington won the toss but has deferred. So it will be the Wildcat defense who starts things off when we kick this one off here in just about 7-8 minutes, Dawn.
Yeah, you know, Coach G, that's often the thing. When he wins the toss, he likes to have that ball to start the third quarter, come out at halftime with hopefully with their hair on fire. So, and you know, Lovington's D, it puts them to the test right away, and a lot of times they're up for the challenge, and it helps set the tone. So this is kind of this is starting off in a good way. This is how I think Coach D would like to start the game.
Well, I certainly think so. Of course, good crowd on hand. Making the trip up from Lovington. You know, I can't really see the Lovington stands except for what's right underneath us. But Seminole, quite a few folks here, as you would expect, for their home opener coming off of their exciting season last year. And just should be a good game. Seminole will be wearing their home black unis, the all-black unis with the white letters and numbers, the black hats with the headdress-style feathers on it. Lovington will be in the road whites with the blue letters and numbers, of course, the white hats with cats in blue script along the side. So tonight, I think, going to be very important, as we've heard Coach G say it really all week. You know, last week, Roswell High really kind of wanting to do a fight in a phone booth, as he likes to say. Seminole, completely different. They don't want to fight in a phone booth. They want to turn this into a track meet. They want to throw it, grab the next play, run down the field, and go again. Their goal, Dawn, is to snap the ball every 10 seconds. That is absolute insanity. It is going to be football at warp speed when Seminole has the football. Going to be very important for Lovington to try and control the clock and not make this a track meet.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. Lovington, you know, has often operated on a hurry-up offense of their own, and that's really good. But the defense going to have to be really, really on it against this Seminole team, and that can certainly that's gonna make the difference. Seeing how well they can that they can set up against what Seminole is throwing them, and how well they can develop their own plays and get everything off. So Seminole's going to be hard team to adjust to as far as the timing goes. So we'll see what Lovington can do right away with that.
Yeah, and Lovington, or rather Seminole, with a new quarterback this year. Starter is Wyatt Holstrom, who is a transfer from Midland High School. Of course, their quarterback last year moving on into the college ranks, and now we will have the national anthem. We'll be back for the kickoff. Wildcat football continues in a moment. The pregame hype is at an end, and we are ready to go under the Friday night lights. Week 2 for your Lovington Wildcats, falling in week 1, but with a tough test tonight, looking to get in the win column against the Seminole Indians, a 4A New Mexico-Texas battle. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wigwam Stadium in Seminole, Texas, as we get ready for the start of the season for Seminole, and as we mentioned, week 2 for the Wildcats. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Welcome back to the Noirmark family, Evie, although it's like you never really left. Brad Anderson running our camera tonight and helping out with the tech. Dawn Morgan patrols field side. I'm TJ Miracle as the team's getting their final instructions and heading out to the field to talk. So Seminole, we will get to see their high-octane run and gun, air raid on steroids offense of head coach Greg Pointer up to the Lovington D to stop things early, Dawn Morgan. All right, well, the teams are out on the field and teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Of course, a little bit different. New Mexico, Texas plays by a little bit different rules. And again, got to go ahead and say in advance, we apologize for the glare. We cannot open the windows here at Wigwam Stadium. Remy Hernandez will tee it up for your Lovington Wildcats. A couple of guys back deep to receive for the Seminole Indians as Hernandez has it teed up. Cats moving from right to left on your radio dial, and Hernandez will put the boot into it, and it'll be an onside kick to start things off as it bounces around the 50, and Seminole going to come up with it as Hiram Gaitan falls on it and will come up with it for the Indians. But I like the call here early, Dawn.
Yeah, you bet. But right at center of the field, of course, that gives them great field position to work with. But we'll see what Lovington D's got to step up right away and prove here.
So now we'll see 6-foot junior Wyatt Holstrom, who was a transfer from Midland High. He will bring his squad out. He's got Braden Gonzalez in the backfield with him. From the shotgun, 3 receivers on the left side. Holstrom gets it. He'll hand it off. Gonzalez starts it to the right, cuts it back left, goes over the big S right at center field, and will move into Lovington territory. It'll wind up being a pickup of about 3, make it 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. And they will toss it out and run it around the left side.
Very quickly again, very quickly.
Logan McCormick.
That was Cameron Ochoa in on the stop.
And so it'll be another pickup of about 3 on the out to McCormick. So it brings up a 3rd down and about 4 to go for the Seminole Indians. Empty set in the backfield. Twins left, twins right. Whistles sound as Coach Pointer is coming out, and he's not happy early, and he will burn an early timeout. Probably not what he wanted to see, Don.
Not at all. But Lovington D, again, off to a good start. Sorry, I'm fighting some interference with our signal here down here. So I've been sort of struggling and trying to move. If you hear me sort of groping around for words, it's because I'm not hearing it myself a lot through this monitor. So
all right, well, we will we'll find an empty frequency when we can and get the backup transmitter set up for here at the stadium. See if we can clear that up. So Seminole is going to bring it back out after the timeout, and they are going to come out in an empty set. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Lovington going to put 4 men across the front. Try and get some pressure on Holstrom. Holstrom sends a man in motion left to right. Good snap, back to pass, good protection. Throws it underneath, has it complete at the 45, to the 40, to the 30, with the seam, to the 25, to the 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone for the 42-yard touchdown strike. Miles Espino, one of the standout receivers a year ago, picks up right where he left off, and just like that, the Seminole Indians strike first with the 42-yard touchdown to Espino from Holstrom, pardon me. Well, now on to kick the extra point will be Rowan Donaldson. So Donaldson on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Holstrom. The kick is up, and it is good. And just underway, less than a minute gone here in the first quarter. Seminole 7, Lovington. Their first possession coming up. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. It's a short helicopter kick that'll be fielded by one of the upmen for the Wildcats. That's Elon Clayton. And so Lovington with a short kickoff from Seminole, who leads 7-0 on the 42-yard touchdown strike to Espino. He got it on the little out, and then just a seam opened. So a big return there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 38-yard line. Less than a minute gone here in the first quarter. So Wyatt Gomez comes out. His second game as a starter his senior season. Good snap, pitch it to Ochoa, coming near side, cuts back across the 40 and to about the 42-yard line. The ball popped out. I think his knee was down before it coughed out, and it was. And so it'll be a 5-yard pickup for Ochoa and bring up 2nd down and 5.
Been a little bit more, but I think he slipped when he turned upfield and trying to go for another yard or two. Slipped down, that knee slipped, but still forward.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Cats. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Hand it off to Ochoa, who is hit in the backfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage as Seminole all over him as Braden Gonzalez swallows him up. And also in on that stop was Ryan Sinclair. So it'll be officially no gain for Ochoa. And now a very important 3rd down and 5. And, Dawn, if you could find an open frequency on your monitor and just text that up to me so we can get the backup transmitter going when you get a second. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Gomez calls for it, low snap, Wyatt handles it. Going to be flushed, rolls right, throws on the run, has a man out near midfield. And did he catch it and stay in bounds? Yes, he did. He gets that to Cesar Gonzalez. He's going to be close to the 1st down. It'll depend on the spotter. Did they? Nope, they said that he was actually had a foot on the end line, so it'll be incomplete. And so now it'll be 4th down and 5 and punt time for the Wildcats. Again, we apologize about the glare. We cannot open these windows. Great facilities, but no opening windows, so we're having to shoot through the sun and the glare. We apologize in advance for that. So on to do the punting duties. It'll be Patrick Sanchez. Sends a man in motion as Sanchez will send it away. It is a high end-over-ender and a fair catch called for and made by Seminole. That was Braden Bailey. And so Seminole will take over their 2nd possession of the ball game with 9:55 remaining in the first quarter. They already lead this one 7-0. Of course, important to remember here in Texas, there is no running clock at 35 or 50-point mercy rule. So Lovington going to be very important for them to try and keep this as good as we can. So it'll be 1st down and 10 as Holstrom will lead his crew out from their own 30-yard line. Changes the play at the line. Twins left, twins right. Good snap, handed off. Big hole right up the middle. Huge hole across the 40, 45 to the 50. Dragon catch with him down to the Wildcat 40-yard line. A big run for Braden Gonzalez as he is going to pick up 30 yards on the run, and it'll be a Seminole 1st down as they're already ready to go again. As Holstrom with it, handed off to Gonzalez, starts it left, brings it right, and is going to be wrapped up and dropped as he crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Tackle going to be made by Patrick Sanchez. It'll wind up being a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8. 36 yards, 3 carries for Gonzalez. Back to pass, Holstrom pressured, gets hit, gets out of 1. He's going to just scramble, take it himself, dives forward to the 35-yard line. It'll be 2 yards on the quarterback keeper. Lovington doing a nice job getting to him. Dawn, did you see who got the pressure in the backfield there? All right, and they will go at it again, and it's a quick little out to Colton Kramer on the near side. No gain, though. Lovington doing a nice job. It'll be complete, and now it'll be 4th down and 5. So they are ready to go again, and they will go for it. From the shotgun, Holstrom going to go up, and he will change the line, play at the line. As he goes, still 20 seconds on the play clock, 4th and 5. Twins left, twins to the right. Holstrom taking his time. Now he has what he wants. 3-step drop, has time. Steps up in the pocket, finds a man underneath. That is Kramer. He's across the 25 to the 20. Cuts it back across the seam. Gets out of a tackle at the 15. Spin move at the 10 and down to about the 7-yard line. And Evie, if you would let KBIM know, as it's a 1st down. Good for 29 yards, and it'll be an incomplete pass. So 74 yards for Holstrom on 4 of 5 passing. So 2nd and goal from the 7. They're going to sprint things out. So it'll be, was dealing with one of our other stations. And so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line after the incompletion. Gonzalez in the backfield. Good snap, hand it to Gonzalez. He's hit at the line. He actually may lose a yard on that one. Good play by Henderson, who came through and got him in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1 on Gonzalez. And so it'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 8. Nice movement right there from Lovington, getting that one sniffed out. Clock moves at 7:55 remaining in the first quarter. Seminole up 7-0 already and knocking on the Wildcats' door as they'll split them out. Twins left, Twins to the right. Good snap, fake the handoff. Holstrom keeps it himself. Goes over the left side, gets away from 1, hits 2, stretches out at the goal line and is going to be just short. It'll be 7 yards on the designed quarterback keeper, and that'll set up a 4th and goal from the 1. They're ready to go already. Holstrom with it, hand it to Gonzalez, goes over left tackle, is hit at the line, he does not make it. It is no gain, and the Wildcat defense holds no gain. And the Cat defense does what they need to do, and it'll be over on downs to Lovington. Coach G extremely fired up out there, and I don't blame him. Again, scrambling here to kind of get everything moving and grooving so we can get Dawn a little more involved there. And Steph wide on. We do have that set up, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 1-yard line, and timeout going to be taken, so we'll take it with them. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. After forcing the over on downs, it'll be Wildcat football as they will have it 1st and 10 from their own 1 with Dawn Morgan. And I think we've got you back in, Dawn, so welcome in as we had to scramble to get the backup transmitter put in.
Yeah, I'm here. It's all good.
All right, so now it's going to be up to Lovington to get out of the shadow of their own goalposts. But the defense coming up in a big way on a warm Friday night here in Seminole. So 1st and 10, it'll be Twins left, Twins right. Single back in the backfield is Ochoa with Gomez. Seminole shows blitz and flags fly. Let's see what they're going to call, and it'll be false start on Lovington. So it'll be really a no-yard penalty.
Right.
I mean, you're already on the 1. It's a half-yard penalty, so, I mean, I'll mark it down. But
it just, they really need to move out, get of the shadow of their goalpost as soon as they can here.
Yeah, for sure. They've got to find some positive yardage.
Definitely.
So 1st down and still 10.
Just not comfortable being right there on
Seminole shifts out to a 3-man across the front. Wyatt with it, has time, back of the end zone, is going to be flushed. Rolls right, pressured, throws it across his body and goes to Cesar, but I think he was out of bounds. Yes, he was. It'll be incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the goal line. So he's had that a couple of times, but Cesar just not able to tap the toes down and get in bounds. Of course, if you're watching, you may notice the hash mark's a little bit different. Texas plays with NCAA rules, not NFHS rules. So Twins to the left, Twins to the right once again. Send a man in motion from the right to the left. High snap, Wyatt handles it, rolls to the left side. Looking, pressured, throws it off of his back foot, puts up the wounded duck, and going up and trying to come down with it. That was Gonzalez again. And really, he was almost acting as the defender as he goes up between Rowan Donaldson and Braden Bailey. And they both had a shot at it, too. So very lucky that one didn't get picked off. So now it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the goal line. 7 minutes to go here in the first. 7-0 Seminole in the lead. Lovington's D with a goal line stand. So now it'll be an empty set in the backfield. Trips right, one left. Two Twins left, pardon me. Good snap with it. Pump fake comes across the middle, and that one going to skip in. As the timing a little off, intended target right there was Patrick
5.
Sanchez.
Yep.
Yeah. So incomplete. Let me write Patrick down on my sheet here. I knew I forgot somebody.
So punt time as special teams come on.
And Seminole, you've got to think, is going to bring the house to try and get this one.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very important for Lovington to get this one and get it away as quickly as they can. Seminole, yeah, they're bringing everybody. They don't even have anybody back to receive it. So Sanchez on for his second punt of the ball game. Send a man in motion. Patrick with it, and he does get that one away quickly. It's a good punt, and it'll bounce at the 30. Take a Lovington bounce to the 35, to the 37, 38, and that's where it'll be down by the Wildcats. Is going down and tapping it down is Michael Hine, the senior tight end. And so it'll be good field position for the Seminole Indians to start their third possession of the ball game, up 7-0.
And it feels like we played so much football, but 6:53 left in the first quarter.
Well, and Seminole going in the warp speed department on offense. Again, they want to snap the ball every 10 seconds. So Seminole brings it back out. Holstrom is the quarterback. Braden Gonzalez on his right shoulder. Seminole moving left to right on your radio dial. Lovington with 5 men across the front. Now they're going to split Gonzalez out. Looking, Holstrom going to be pressured, flushed, goes back, and he's going to be sacked as Henderson will get him back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard sack. Great coverage by the Wildcats, and Henderson has his, I believe that's his first sack of the season.
Yeah, Marcus Henderson came in. A lot of the defenders.
And a little smile from Dad up here.
Yeah. And,
second down and 17. Holstrom from the shotgun with Twins left, Twins right. Lovington brings some pressure. Holstrom going to be flush now. Steps up in the pocket, throws it across the middle, and has a man, but it is dropped as it'll be in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Jordan Garcia.
Nice coverage down there as well by Ramiro Gonzalez, I believe number 45. Good, clean.
So it'll be third down and 17 now for Seminole. As Lovington got the sack and then the incompletion. Twins left, Twins right. And the shotgun, as always. Holstrom pressured, steps up in the pocket, has room, comes near side, and just leads Gonzalez too far. Gonzalez had room to run as Anson Marquez was coming in quick, but a little bit of a bad throw, and so Lovington buys a break. Seminole's going to go for it, though, on fourth down.
That was almost a backwards pass. I mean, he threw it forward by maybe about a yard. It was almost just lateral.
It'll be a deep one from Holmstrom, and he will just do the quick kick as it's up, and it is a high end-over-ender. It's going to bounce at the 5 and go through the back of the end zone. So we will bring this one out to the 20, pardon me, where it'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats. So the Wildcat D so far has stepped up and done what they needed to do.
Yeah, a couple of different times here. Been very important.
So it'll be a first and 10 from the 20 for the Wildcats.
It has really kept, Seminole from being able to grab that momentum and just steamroll, which you can just feel they're chomping at the bit to do. And, putting 7 on the board in the first, less than a minute of the game. But since then, Lovington has really buckled in. D is doing what it's supposed to do. And we'll see what the O can come up with right here.
And we have a stoppage on the play. 6:03 to go here in the first quarter. Seminole 7, Lovington nothing. Back in 30 seconds on KZOR. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football out of the timeout on the field. As Lovington will take their second timeout, they'll have it first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. With Dawn Morgan field side and TJ Miracle high above Wigwam Stadium. Brad Anderson helping us out with the camera. doing a great job trying to figure out how to get some of this glare out. We are having to shoot through glass. And so the handoff will go to Ochoa as he gets out of the first. Can't get out of the second, though, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage before Seminole absolutely swarms him under and brings him down, as that'll be Carlos Gonzalez, the senior D lineman, who knocks him down for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats.
And Lovington's offense having a little bit of trouble finding their way through this very capable Seminole line. You know, it's interesting. They seemed so big at first, and I thought, you know, Seminole was always going to be a real big story about the size tonight. But it seems a lot more even on the line. But
and so it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Low snap handled. Fake the handoff. Gomez looks for it. Sidearm sling. Comes down the near side, and that one is going to be complete to DeMarcus Thompson across the 45-yard line. A huge gain. That's 35 yards to Thompson, and move the chains. 1st down Wildcats. That was a huge play and one the Cats needed.
Yeah, you bet. And you know what? Thompson really had to fight against number 22 over here. It was Reyes for Seminole. Really on.
So it'll
Good
be
throw and a great catch.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the Seminole 45-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Gomez with it. Comes underneath. Complete to Thompson at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5 before he is quickly swarmed by Carlisle and also by Reyes. So it'll still be a pickup. Well, they're going to mark him just behind the 45 at the 41. So call it a pickup of 4. And so 2nd down and 6.
I like it. I like how quickly Lovington was able to develop. And if you can get short yardage like that's what you need to do.
2-3 yards at a time will move the chains. Twins left, twins right. Lovington on the march in Seminole territory for the first time. Gomez with it, hit as he throws. Goes far side, has a man. That is Gonzalez, and he is across the 25 and down to about the 18-yard line as Coach Pointer is over there, and he is letting his guys have it. So that's going to be a pickup of, they're going to spot him, let's see, just shy of the 20 at the 22-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 19 and move the chains. 1st down Cats.
Yeah, beautiful. Again, going versatility and more than one receiver here. Lovington is coming alive.
Trips to the left and one to the right. Single back in the backfield is Ochoa. Wyatt with it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. A little room up the middle. He'll get to the 20 before he is banged down with authority by the Indians as Jalen Cottrell on that tackle on the designed quarterback keeper. Gomez gets 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Gomez is now 3 of 7 for 68 yards. Wildcats just outside of the red zone. 4:07 remaining here in the first quarter. They trail 7-0, but are on the march. Twins left, twins right. From right at the center of the field, Gomez goes left side, throws it up, and that was a gimme ball. As I think a little bit of confusion as Rivero, under very tight coverage down there from his defender, turned inside. The throw went outside, so it falls harmlessly incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, the ball overthrown a bit, and Reyes again was on the coverage for Seminole.
Checking into the ball game, it'll be Jaden Gutierrez. He'll bring the play in from the sideline with 3:53 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0, Seminole in the lead. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. The deep back is Ochoa. Gomez calls for it, hands it to Ochoa, and he is hit and dropped back at the 26-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5 on the play.
He was drilled by Creed Carlisle as soon as he got the ball.
So that's going to put him back a bit, and it'll bring up a 4th down and call it 14. So the Cats inside the 30 are definitely going to go for it. Just a question of what the play is going to be. They've already used 2 of their timeouts. You might want to save one of those for later, and that's all they've got left for this half of football. So the Cats will go for it from the 26-yard line. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Wyatt gets it. Gomez back to pass. Pressured, throws it. Goes to the deep corner of the end zone, and that one is almost picked off in the end zone. A little bit of miscommunication again as Rowan Donaldson was the only guy who had a shot at it. And that was actually smart for him not to catch it because they'll have better field position since he didn't. So over on downs and give it back to the Seminole Indians. 1st down and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
Well, it didn't bear fruit, but I think they should gain a lot of confidence by were able to move the ball down the field. So, I think if Lovington D can do their job, I think Lovington O will be confident when they get the ball back.
Holstrom from the near hash mark. Twins left and one to the right, or rather one to the right, two to the left. Fake the handoff. Holstrom back to pass, has time. Tosses it underneath, almost picked off as put up the gimme ball, was trying to get Espino coming down the near sideline and climbing the ladder and going up and getting a hand on it for sure.
Yeah, Elijah Rivero.
I couldn't see the 6.
Yeah, Rivera was on one side, Ochoa on the other.
And just of note, Holstrom has misfired on his last 4 passes. He was 4 of 4 to start. He's 0 of 4 since. Fake the handoff. Comes the wide receiver screen, far side. That'll be complete across the 30 to the 35 and out near the 40-yard line to the 39 officially. It'll be a 13-yard pitch and catch. I believe that was to Petty. No, it'll be a Seminole first down as they are ready to go again. Take the handoff, and Holstrom will just keep it himself. He's got a wide open hole up the middle across the 50 and slides down at the 47-yard line inside Lovington territory.
You saw Zadrick Betancourt was right in front of him, so he decided to slide and take the forward yardage on it.
So it'll be a first down and 10. That is the 5th first down for the Indians here in this first quarter. On the march once again. Take the handoff, wide receiver screen near side to Espino. Gets a block, crosses the 40 and is held on. And finally going to be brought down after a pickup of 9. The cat that came in and got him was Cameron Ochoa. So it'll be a pickup of 9, second down and 1 as they are ready to go again.
Gonzalez was over there, but he was being held up by Omar Gameros.
Twins left, Twins right. Holstrom throws it across the middle, has Espino on the crossing route. He's across the 30, stiff arms a man, and down to the 25-yard line. Even though he stiff armed his man, couldn't get away from him. Also in on that stop was David Cepeda. So down to the 25-yard line, it'll be a pickup of 12. And it'll move the chains again for Seminole. Back to pass, Holstrom once again. Puts it up, going for the deep corner of the end zone, and that one is going to be caught, but out of bounds. So puts it up, but a little bit too far to get his intended target down there, McCormick. So incomplete.
Now, I think that was Jaden Gutierrez on coverage for it. Was either 24. It may have been Ochoa over there. Couldn't see the 1 or 2.
And so already ready to go as Holstrom going to keep it himself, and he'll take it down to the 20-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 5 on the quarterback keeper over the right tackle. And so it'll bring up a second down and 5. Under 90 seconds to third down and 5, thank you. Looks to pass, now he'll hand it off as Gonzalez goes left side, gets away from 1, gets away from 2 to the 10, inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. 16 yards for Gonzalez, and it'll be another Seminole first down. They've got it first down and goal now. 51 yards, 6 carries for Gonzalez, empty set in the backfield. Now they're going to shift it up. Going to move Gonzalez over onto the left shoulder. Holstrom hands it to Gonzalez. Nope, he decides to keep it himself, and he's going to go forward and is tripped up at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for the Indians quarterback. 28 yards on 6 carries for him, and it'll be second and goal from the 1. Seminole keeping the warp speed offense going. Hand it off as Gonzalez, as whistles sound and flags fly. Let's see what the call is going to be officially. And I guess they...
No, I think they waved it off.
I guess they waved it off.
Maybe it was an errant whistle.
I guess so. So it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line. Seminole on the doorstep again. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Fake the handoff. Holstrom pump fake right. Throws it right. Has McCormick, and he is hit as he gets it. He is going to lose a yard.
Ooh, Cesar Gonzalez brought him down.
Good job by Gonzalez to stay with his man.
Yeah, just slung him down. Stayed right with him step for step. Got him to the turf.
So now third and goal from the 2. Low snap. Holstrom handles it, throws it, finds a man in a soft little spot. That is Espino, and he is in for the 2-yard Seminole touchdown. And it is now 13-0 in favor of the Indians. Under a minute to play. 12 seconds actually to play. Espino, 4 catches, 60. I'm doing math here quickly, which is never a good thing. And is 65 yards on 4 catches as we await the point after. And the snap is low. Holstrom will get it down as the kick is up by Donaldson, and it is good. 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is Seminole 14, Lovington yet to get on the board. Wildcat football continues in a minute on KZOR. And the Seminole Indians drive it down the field. A 76-yard touchdown drive culminated by a 2-yard pass from Holstrom to Espino. The point after is good, and Seminole takes the 14-0 lead. On the kickoff, it'll be a short one that's going to go into no man's land. Lovington needs to field that, and quickly they do. Finally grabbed by Clayton.
It was popped up. He had to look up, and he got control of it just before he got hit.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, now trailing this one by 2 scores. 10 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Good crowd on hand tonight for the visitors, our Lovington Wildcats. Seminole Indians, of course. Good crowd on hand here tonight, too. Again, we apologize for the glare. Nice facilities here in Seminole, but the windows do not open and the sun is coming right into the booth. So thanks for bearing with us tonight. So for the Wildcats, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, their own 25-yard line. Bunch in 3 tight on the left. Fake the handoff, though the wide receiver screen near side to Thompson. He makes a man miss across the 30, 35, and out to the 38-yard line. It'll be a 13-yard pitch and catch to DeMarcus Thompson and move the chains. First down catch.
And that really is going to be key, I think, for Lovington's offense is they have to develop the plays just as quickly as Seminole is accustomed to, even if they're not moving up to the line as quickly. But and DeMarcus Thompson has shown that these
Thompson 52 receiving yards as the gun sounds on the first quarter. After one here in Seminole, it's Seminole 14, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat football on KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and HobbsAmerica.com, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Wildcats trailing 14-0 as we start this second quarter of play, but they are on the move. They've got it 1st down and 10 from their own 32-yard line, make that the 37-yard line. Trips to the right, one to the left. Good snap. Gomez with it as we flip ends of the field. Wyatt sidearm sling. Oh, can we say pass interference much? How did that not get flagged? As that was a push down before the ball ever got there. And I don't know, that was intended for Thompson, and Rowan Donaldson just reached out and bumped him before the ball ever got anywhere close.
Yeah, that's what the players here on the sideline, everybody noticed that right away. They're like, come on, where's the call?
Yeah.
Again, you get it, sometimes you don't. If you
That's
don't,
true.
you move on. But, man, it's tough.
That is tough.
It's tough to have to take it on the chin.
Everybody in the stadium except for the guys in the stripes saw that one. So Lovington going to bunch him in tight on 2nd down and 10. Throw it on a little crossing route to Ribeiro. He makes a man miss. He's across the 41. Bounces off another one. Still is across the 41 before 5 Seminole Indians come in and knock him down, led by Carlos Gonzalez. And it'll be a pickup of 5 for Ribeiro.
It really was Hernandez who got to him first and really stopped his forward progress. Then he spun around into the hands of the other guys.
So now 3rd down and 5. Just underway here in the 2nd quarter. Lovington trailing 14-0. Would love to punch one in here and get one of those scores back. Twins left, Twins to the right from the near hash mark. Wyatt gonna sling it out of the backfield to Ochoa, who's hit in the backfield and gonna be dropped back at the 38-yard line. It's a completion, but Kamen loses 2 on the play. So now it'll be 4th down and back around 10 to go. And so punt time for the Wildcats. 10:55 to go, first half. Lovington trailing by 2 scores. It looked like they had something going, but then just kind of stalled out a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough to see them grab the momentum like that. And after a couple no-go, here we are again.
They come out in a setup, and Seminole going to jump unless they say they're moved by Lovington. Yep, they're going to call offsides, and it'll be offsides on Seminole. That'll be their first penalty of the ball game. And so that'll move them 5 yards up, and so that'll make it 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats. So they get a little bit of movement, and will take advantage of it. So now it'll be decision time for Coach G.
Right.
And he comes out, and he does come out in an offensive set, empty set. Gomez is often the punter. Can do that little quick kick. He tries the hard count again. Seminole not falling for it. Looks like they're going to try and bring a couple of guys off the end. Now Wyatt going to change the play. So tries the hard count again. They will go for it. Flush, comes near side, throws it underneath, and sliding in and not able to corral it was Gonzalez. As that one a little bit underthrown as Gomez under backside pressure there from Kevin Guffey. So incomplete and over on down. Seminole with good field position for their first possession of the 2nd quarter.
And he also had Austin Olivas, number 32, right on him as well.
So from the Wildcat 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for Seminole. 10:20 to go. And now Holstrom going to be going from the right to the left. That is north to south. On your radio dial, hand it off to Gonzalez, and he's right up the middle, and he just bulls forward, and he is going to be right at the first down sticks at the 32-yard line as Gonzalez just took a couple of cats on a ride with him. It'll be 10 yards, and it should be enough, and it will be for a Seminole first down. They'll call for it. They'll throw the wide receiver screen to Espino. He's across the 30 to the 25. Lovington holds him there, and will put him down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 7 to Espino, 2nd down and 3. 116 through the air for Holstrom, and he's ready to go. Throws the same play. Espino with it again to the 20, down the sideline, 15-10, and he's got his 3rd touchdown of the ball game from 24 yards out. No flags on the play, and Seminole strikes again. They lead this one 20-0 now. 3rd touchdown of the game for Miles Espino. The kid is a beast. He was one of the best in the state of Texas last year. Looks like he's picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, Seminole took the ball back. Three plays later, they're in the end zone. They're making it look too easy.
So the point after to come. And no, there was a penalty on the play, so wipe out the touchdown. So it was a penalty on the play. So, and the ball is loose on the turf. It is loose, and Holstrom is going to get it. So the penalty is going to wipe out some good things. So Lovington dodging a bullet to be sure.
Yeah, it looks like they'll spot it on the 18.
And then the sack goes down on Holstrom. So it's a 3-yard sack, 2nd sack of the ball game for the Wildcat defense.
Like 2nd and 18 maybe.
So yeah, 2nd down and goal from the 18. The way this works in Texas. As Holstrom will throw it, a little crossing route, trying to get Espino, and he tries to split 2 Wildcats to do it, and it'll be incomplete, and so that'll make it 3rd and goal from the 18.
Really nice coverage, almost a pickoff by Aiden Taylor on that. Number 13, that was Zadrick Betancourt.
So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. 9 minutes to go here in the first as a Had to have been a personal foul penalty because they moved him back to the 15. Low snap, it's handled. Holstrom with it, goes to the end zone, has a man, and overthrows his intended target, Garcia. He was wide open, though. If Garcia's arms are 3 inches longer, or that his throw is 3 inches shorter, that is a touchdown.
It was not a really good throw. It was kind of a wounded duck that he threw up, and Cesar Gonzalez was down there providing coverage just a couple of steps too far away maybe.
So now it'll be 4th and goal from the 18-yard line. 9:03 remaining here in this first half of play. Seminole trying to tack on to a 2-score lead as whistles are going to sound, as timeout is going to be taken by Lovington. So Lovington uses their final timeout of the first half with 9:03 to go here in the first. It is Seminole 14, Lovington nothing. We're back in a minute here on KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football, as out of the Wildcat timeout, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 18. Holstrom with it, goes for the end zone, puts it up, and that one is going to be caught by Espino. How did he get that? It'll be a touchdown as he goes up over Gonzalez, and he'll have the 18-yard touchdown catch. How did he get that? I have no idea.
I didn't think he had that at all. And suddenly his arm went around it, kept it, and he came down in the end zone with it. That was almost magic for him.
Espino, 7 catches, 114 yards as the point after to come. And the kick is up, and it will squeeze its way through the right upright. So with 8:52 remaining in the first half, it is Seminole 21, Lovington nothing. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat football and the kickoff. It'll be an onside kick, and I think Seminole has got it back as they take the chance and they slide in for it, and Braden Bailey will corral the kick, and Seminole, just like that, is trying to put the whooping on the Wildcats. Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle up in the booth. Brad Henderson alongside doing a fantastic job on the camera. Again, the sun coming right into our booth, and we can't open the windows, so we've got some massive glare there. Thank you for bearing with us on that. And yep, it will be Seminole football as they talk about it to decide if it went 10 yards, and they decided that yes, indeed it did. So give it back to the Indians, already up 3 scores, and they'll have it at the Lovington 48-yard line, 1st down and 10. No 1st and 10 from the Wildcat, 48 after the onside kick recovery. And it'll be right up the gut as Gonzalez with some room to run as he across the 35 to the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 23 for Gonzalez, 10th first down for Seminole. 84 yards on 8 carries for Gonzalez. So he goes to the right shoulder of Holstrom, and it'll be a bad snap as Holstrom gets it, but flags fly and false start on Seminole. That'll be their third penalty of the ball game for 25 yards. So move them back 5. It'll be first down and 15. And that gets them a break right there, Dawn, because that was a fumble waiting to happen.
About the sun finally sets behind the stadium. That's coming right into eyes here on the sideline.
And another hard count,
start.
But it's off the turf and throwing it near side and diving out and trying to get it as Espino, but they're going to say he trapped it. See, that wasn't Espino. That was that was Espino, number 18, incomplete.
Flat flew right at it. Looked like Lovington jumped.
And so let's see. Yeah, we've got a flag on the near side as we wait to see, and they're trying to decide who it's on. It'll be offsides on Lovington, so they'll replay the down. So that'll take out the incompletion. Lovington, just their second penalty of the ball game for 5 yards. So back to 1st and 10 as offsides and false start get traded. As the Wildcat snap goes to Espino, and he's inside the 20. High steps out of a couple of tackles and is going to be down inside the 15, down about the 13-yard line. It'll be a 12-yard gain on the direct snap to Espino on the Wildcat. It'll be a first down for Seminole. Handed off to Garcia, starts it left, but runs into a Wildcat wall. He's going to wind up getting about a yard out of it, but no more than that. It'll be second down and 9.
Took 3 Cats to bring him down, finally wrestle him to the turf. And we got some fresh legs on D going up to the line right now as well for Lovington.
Twins to the left, twins to the right. Fake the handoff, throw it to Espino. Who else? As he is going to be inside the 10, down at about the 8-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard completion. 161 through the air. Espino now with 8 catches for 117 of those 161. New running back in the ball game is Adam Garcia for Seminole, as they're going to give Gonzalez a breather. 9 carries, 85 yards. Twins left, twins to the right. Waiting on it. Looking as Holstrom comes across the middle, and good play as that one got knocked away at the last second from Calvin Petty.
Yeah, Cameron Ochoa over there and on some good coverage.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and about 5 for the Indians. 7:09 to go. They are inside the Wildcat red zone, well inside the Wildcat red zone. Now they're going to shift everybody around. Single back is Garcia. They'll fake the handoff to Garcia. Come across the middle. Espino in and out of his hands and incomplete. Actually, that was Kramer. It was his intended target there. Incomplete. So it'll go over on downs to the Wildcats.
And again, good coverage by Cameron Ochoa over there, and also covering Jaden Gutierrez.
Deep inside their own territory, though, the Cats have got some room to move. With 7:04 remaining here in the first half, they need to score here. They will have the ball to start the second half, but a score right here definitely helps their feelings going into the locker room. And I think if you're Lovington, too, you'd like to burn a little bit of this time off if you can.
Yeah, Lovington looking a little more deliberate as they get up to the line here.
4 receiver set from the shotgun. Gomez barking it out. Gets it, hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself. He's going to throw near side to Cesar. Gonzalez with it and steps out of bounds after a gain of 8 on the near side.
And that's number 2.
And that'll
forcing
be
him out.
Creed Carlisle.
Yep.
92 yards through the air for Wyatt Gomez. So it gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Officially a 7-yard gain, looks like. So second down and 3. Going to send 3 receivers to the right side. Now they're going to bunch them in a little bit tighter. Single back in the backfield is Ochoa. Good snap. Gonzalez looks, throws it underneath, and that one is going to be picked off at the 15. As the only one that could really get that one was the guy who got it, which was Austin Olivas, the INT to his credit. So Seminole gets it back as Lovington, their second turnover of the ball game, costs them as Seminole will have it back inside the Wildcat red zone.
And Olivas has been a really good defender for Seminole. This guy.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the Wildcat 15, 6:50 remaining here in the first half, and the Indians knocking on the door again. The defense has not let the Wildcats down, but the offense has just had trouble moving the football. So for Seminole, 1st and 10. Shifting around to the left shoulder is Gonzalez. They'll hand it to Gonzalez. Has a big hole up the middle. He's inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 7 for Gonzalez, 92 yards on 10 carries. And Seminole ready to go again.
That was Kyler Reeves bringing him down.
And Gonzalez goes left side this time, is going to get back to the line, and then he is going to be run backwards by the Wildcats. Good pursuit by the Wildcat D. No gain officially on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6-4. Yeah, we'll call it 3rd and 4. So 3rd and 4 after 1 yard, the 1 yard loss officially. Gonzalez checks out. They're going to put another wide receiver in the ballgame. That is Aiden Garibay. He's coming up, changing the play at the line is Holstrom. Empty set in the backfield. Trips right, send a man in motion from the right to the left. That's Garibay. Fake the handoff to him. Throw the wide receiver screen. That is to Kramer, and he is going to dance into the end zone from 9 yards out. His first touchdown of the ballgame on his 2nd catch of the evening. And so it'll be another Seminole touchdown as they stretch this out to a 27-0 lead. Lovington just no answers right now. Again, the defense has really done a pretty good job. They've held Seminole out a couple of times, stopped them on a couple of goal line stands, but big plays. Seminole is just racking them up as Donaldson on to attempt the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So with 5:49 to go in the first half, Seminole 28, Lovington nothing. We're back in a minute as Wildcat football continues on KZOR. The Seminole Indians take advantage of a Lovington turnover and take it 15 yards into the end zone. A 9-yard pitch and catch from Wyatt Gomez, or rather from Wyatt Holstrom. 2 Wyatts, first-name quarterback, to Caden Kramer for the touchdown. So Seminole, after the point after, takes the 28-0 lead, trying to run away with it here in their home opener, and their opener for the season, and drop Lovington to 0-2. But still a lot of football to play. With Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle, and Don, just FYI, your mic is muted. As we await the kickoff from Donaldson, and that one will be a pop-up that's going to bounce. And I think Seminole got it back on the bounce. Are you kidding me? They're going to get it again? As they're putting it in no man's land, and Lovington not fielding it. Maybe, yeah, the Cats, okay, did come up with it, so who rescued us there? Trying to see who was over on that sign. It looks like it might have been Jaden Garza who came up with it. But, yeah, when they do that, you have got to get to that ball and get there fast, because that's in no man's land. Don Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle, high in the booth. Brad Anderson running the camera tonight, doing a great job with having to shoot through the glass and with the sun coming right in on us. So Gomez will bring him out as he will fake the handoff, though the crossing out to Ribeiro, and in and out of his hands. And he got decked for his trouble as Donaldson and Bailey combine in and crunch him. You hope he can hold on to that one, but that's some of the danger when you run those little inside crossing routes, is it allows your safeties and some of your linebackers to get the big pops on.
Yeah, to get to you quickly, and if they key on you, yeah, they're right there. So took a strong hit from big guys.
So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. They got a tight end on the game on the left side. And they will run the Wildcat, or rather the end around. That's to Ribeiro, and he's going to lose a couple of yards on that. As good pursuit for Seminole by number 52, Ryan Sinclair.
And Carlos Gonzalez, 55, right there with him, too.
Rivero going to lose a yard officially, and we got a flag on the play.
Man, that came really late. So is something said?
Might have been. We'll see in it. They're talking about it. It will be personal foul on Seminole.
Yep, I think something
So
got said or done.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul on Seminole. That'll be a 15-yarder and an automatic first down for the Wildcats, their 5th of this first half.
You'll take those first downs any way you get them.
Coach Pointer is out, and he is letting his team have it. So even though the Cats lost a yard, it'll wind up 15 to the good on this one, as that'll move the ball all the way out to their own 47-yard line. First down and 10. They are right at the bottom curve of the S.
Yeah, much better field position right here.
Yes, it is. Now to take advantage of it is the Wildcat faithful making some noise, trying to rally behind the white-clad Wildcats. It'll be first and 10 from the Wildcat 47-yard line. From the shotgun, Wyatt with it. It is a low snap, has time. Now pressure comes, throws it up the middle of the seam and underthrown. And Thompson going to get whistled for the pass interference. Almost picked off once again. And that was a case of Thompson. Ball was a little underthrown, and Thompson having to push off just a little bit against the defender down there, Nick Reyes. So, yep, it'll be offensive pass interference on the Wildcats. So you'd rather have that, though, than the turnover.
Yeah, for sure.
Always look on the bright side, as Eric Idle would say. And, yes, there's my first Monty Python reference of the season. Marching back 10 yards and reset it at first down and 20. So first and 20 for the Wildcats. It's not quite first in Denver City yet. Cats moving from the south to the north on a beautiful evening for football here in West Texas.
Important to take a big bite out of that yardage right here to try to get a little momentum. They don't want to turn it back over.
5:18 to go here in the first half, and another
penalty.
Another penalty. Got to think they're going to march them back 5 more yards.
What for? Did they not get the play off or delay of game? Or
no,
what?
Actually, it was supposed to be a 15-yard penalty.
Okay.
So that's got to be what it was. So
okay.
I was going to say, marched at 10. I thought it was 15, but I wasn't going to complain. They've changed the rules. Run a little different rules in Texas. The handoff right up the middle to Ochoa, and he's going to cross the 30 to the 32-yard line. So gets back to the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard more. He will. Lovington on the night collectively now just 2 rushing yards. 92 through the air has not gone their way, so it'll be second down and 24 as the Cats, the offense has just kind of been stuck in neutral all night long.
Except for a possession in that first quarter where they moved down really quickly and then they got stalled out in the red zone, had to turn the ball over.
From the near hash mark, good snap, fake the handoff. Gomez fires just as he's hit, going down the left sideline. Has Thompson. Is it complete? No, he was bobbling as he went out of bounds. So incomplete, and it'll be third down and 24. Almost a beautiful catch. But again, a little bit different rules here in Texas. In New Mexico, that's probably a legal catch. But in Texas, they use the NCAA rules. And if there's even a thought or a hint of a bobble, it's incomplete.
Rowan Donaldson on him tight again.
So it'll be third down and 24. There is not many plays in the playbook for this situation. And with the incompletion, it stops the clock with 4.5 minutes. Right now, that's the big thing for the Cats, is you don't want to give Seminole a lot of time to work with. They still got 2 timeouts. Now they'll go empty set in the backfield, and we'll have false start on the Wildcats, as right now the wheels just kind of coming off, and they don't have any timeouts to take to talk about it either.
Nope,
so now it's third in Denver City.
They've got to just huddle and regroup on the field.
Third,
to get the focus back.
Yep, third down and 29 for the Wildcats after the false start. Still trying to get this play off. So now an empty set in the backfield. This is one you just throw it out there and try to get some positive yards for your punter, I think. He'll throw the little underneath route. It will be complete, as that'll come to Anson Marquez, still on his feet. He gets a lot of those yards back. He'll get up to the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 11 to Anson. And so it'll be 4th down, though, and still a long way to go. 103 through the air as the
4th and 18.
Yeah, 4th and 18 as special teams will come in. And on to attempt the punt is Patrick Sanchez.
Mercifully, that sun has gone down behind the stadium.
Maybe for you it has. It is not for us.
Down on the field, where it's a sigh of relief down on the field. Not quite for you guys yet.
End-to-man in motion as Patrick will kick it away. A high end-over-ender. It's going to be fielded back by, that is Donaldson. He'll take it up himself, gets away from one cat, spins out of 2. Got a flag on the play on the far side as he crosses the 30 and out to the 35-yard line. The Cats will bring him down there, but let's see what this flag is. That's in the neighborhood of holding on the return. So I have a feeling going to wipe out a pretty good return. As we await, it will be holding on Seminole. It'll be a 10-yard holding penalty. That is their 6th penalty of the ball game for 50 yards, and that'll move it 10 yards from the spot. But Seminole will have it 1st down with 3.5 to go here in the first half. Of course, great to have you with us tonight here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, and watching live and free on the on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and also on HobbsAmerica.com. Though Holstrom will be back out. We'll keep wanting to call him Winstrom. He'll throw it underneath, and that one is going to be in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Omar Gameros. So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Indians, as they are back to the line and going to be pretty much ready to go as soon as the ball gets set by the referee. And here we go. So, Don, you're muted again, by the way, just FYI. As Holstrom gets it, hands it off, and right up the gut and out to the 30-yard line is Gonzalez. So he's going to pick up 8 on the carry. He's now over the century mark on the ground, 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 2, 3:09 remaining here in this first half. Throw the wide receiver screen. It'll be complete over on that far side and getting a step, and he is gone. Nobody is going to catch that young man, as number 14 will take it all the way to the house, 70 yards for Matthew Peters. So Peters 70 yards to the house as the route continues here at Wigwam Stadium. There's just nothing else you can call it at this point, Dawn.
No, a couple of Lovington defenders, were just about an arm's length away from being able to stop him early on. But as soon as he got 2 steps on from any of his defender, he was just gone, at nothing but green in front of him.
Low snap, but it is handled, and the kick is up, and it is good. 2:53 to go first half. All Seminole in this one, 35-0. Wildcat football continues in a minute on KZOR. All right, it'll be a 70-yard return, or rather catch, to Peters. And on the kickoff, it's another pop-up, and Lovington going to fair catch it and have it at their own 45-yard line. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wigwam Stadium. Brad Harrison running our camera for us tonight. We appreciate him stepping up and helping us with that. As again, we apologize for the glare and the reflection on the camera. Very nice here at Wigwam Stadium, but the windows do not open and the sun is still coming right into the booth. So we will do the best we can, and thanks for bearing with us tonight. So Lovington right now trailing big by 5 touchdowns. They're just going to try and find anything positive to go into the second half. Under 3 to go here in this first half. The offense, other than some big plays off of the passes and timeout taken, and
maybe Lovington needs to get back to that, because that's where they've had their biggest offensive success is particularly with DeMarcus Thompson catching. But then again, they've also gone to him a few times, and Seminoles made it impossible, to be able to connect with him a few times as well.
And we'll just keep it right here and say a big thanks to our friends at Eastern New Mexico University. Of course, Eastern New Mexico University right there in Portales. Proud to support the Lovington Wildcats. Of course, they've got all kinds of great programs and new things, including their freshman housing to check out at Eastern New Mexico. Also like to welcome aboard this year CYA Trucking Insurance. I love that, CYA Trucking Insurance. You need anything for your oilfield truck, CYA. Also Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Thriftway, Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply. Going to be a very interesting Bob Thriftway coaches conversation going into our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime report. So out of the Seminole timeout, it'll be Lovington football, 1st and 10 from their own 45. Fake the handoff, throw it across the middle. That one will be complete out to DeMarcus Thompson, and he should be right at the 10-yard marker. Or I'm sorry, is that Thompson or is that Sanchez, Don? I can't really tell.
I could not see because it's on the far side, yeah.
It's Patrick Sanchez, so he's going to have 10 yards and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Nice. As I said, they had their biggest success on passing, so it's good to get back to that no matter who's receiving.
Empty set in the backfield, send a man in motion. That is Ochoa. They'll fake the handoff to him. Keeping it himself is Gomez, and he is going to get hit after he crosses the line of scrimmage on the left side. He had a hole momentarily, but it closed up. So Gomez on the quarterback keeper will pick up 2, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Lovington really needs to try to find the end zone here with 2 minutes left before the half, and go into halftime with something positive.
Yeah, and
they
will have the ball to start the second half. So, they could cut this down a little, and I know we'll talk about it at halftime as they bunch them in tight. It'll be a pitch out to the right side, trying to find some running room. New running back in the ball game, nowhere to run for Jaden Garza. So Garza is going to lose a couple of yards on the play.
And I like the thought there. You know what? If Lovington is
Bunch
like, hey,
let's
try something different. Let's try something new. Let's throw, somebody new out there, new number, new face, and see what happens.
And bunch them up and try to run the pitch. So they're going to say officially no gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 10, or rather 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats. Yeah, down to about a minute to play. And a bad snap, and Wyatt just going to have to eat that one, and he is tapped down by Kevin Guffey, who will get credit for the sack. They're going to put him down back in Lovington territory. So he's going to move him back 8. It'll be a 9-yard sack officially.
We've had some low snaps tonight, but that's by far the worst, and there was nothing he could do. It kind of it was low, and it bounced up. So at that point, all he had to do is he just needed to fall on it, which he did.
And Seminole going to take their 3rd and final timeout of this first half. So 1:09 to go in the first half. We'll keep it right here. Of course, don't forget we've got your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up in just a few minutes. A lot to talk about in this one. And it'll be interesting to hear Coach G's take on what he's seen in the first half. A 35-0 score right now in favor of the Seminole Indians as Coach Poinier taking the timeout as he wants to make this a 42-0 score at halftime. One thing to remember in Texas, there is no running clock at 35, and there is no 50-point mercy rule. So things can really get out of hand over here playing Lone Star State football. And Lovington does not want that to happen. So on a 4th down and call it 17 to go. Lovington going to come out, and they are going to go ahead and go for it, looks like, as whistles sound. I think we've got a false start. Nope. Timeout by Seminole. I didn't think, Seminole, I guess, had one timeout to take. I had both teams as having burned their timeouts, but I guess not. Maybe I wrote something down wrong. So, all right, Seminole will take their 3rd and final timeout. As I don't fault Lovington for wanting to go for it here. As Coach G, I noticed, grabs Wyatt and Gomez and gives him a quick word as he will take his squad back out. Seminole trying to preserve some time on the clock for their very quick strike offense. Going to be important for Lovington to rehydrate and just take a deep breath at halftime, try and figure out what hit them. Gomez from the shotgun, empty set, pressured, throws it, goes down the left side, looking back is Thompson and batted away. And did he get it? Oh. And yes, he did.
He did, and got just sneaked and had control and possession of the ball in the inbounds just long enough for an INT.
32 yards.
I believe, 22? Wasn't that Marcus Reyes?
Oh, so it was an interception. I thought DeMarcus had caught it.
Oh, I didn't. DeMarcus had. I thought that Seminole had, and it is on the far. Yeah.
Seminole. Yeah, so it'll be the INT.
Yeah.
So you are right. Hard to see from up here is Marco Reyes.
From down here too.
So the INT will give it back to Seminole. So it almost works like a punt, though. That was 4th down and a long way to go. So Seminole will bring it back out with 1:02 to go and 79 yards down the field. Holstrom back to pass. Steps up, throws it across the middle, and that one is going to be picked off and right into the hands of the Lovington Wildcats. Give it
Gutierrez.
To the Gutierrez. So the first turnover of the ball game for Seminole, and Lovington will take it right back, 1st and 10.
Nice.
Their best field position really of the night at their own, or rather at the Seminole 34-yard line.
Right, with a little energy, a little momentum going here. Let's see if they can just go ahead and get in the end zone. This is exactly the shot that they need. Yes,
it is. The defense comes up big. Again, the defense has not played poorly this first half, even though they've given up 35 points. Twins left, Twins right. Rolling is Gomez. Flag on the play. Another flag on the play. Is Wyatt going to go down behind the line? It'll be a 1-yard sack. And I'm thinking if I'm Coach Poinier, I'm probably going to go ahead and take the holding. There's 2 holdings, and they're both on us. And we'll be holding Lovington.
Right.
That was flag number 1. And that's the one they'll take because it was from the spot, so behind the line. So Lovington, 5th penalty for 35 yards and move them backwards. 1st and 20 now for the Wildcats. Put 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, and another flag on the play. This one has gotten a little bit sloppy. And now they're going to pick the flag up and wave it off. There's now a whistle from the back judge. Not sure what they're talking about here.
I think the back judge was just wanting an explanation of what was going on there.
Could they pass it up here while they're at it? So it'll be 1st down and 20 after the hold. Wildcats off of the Seminole turnover. Good snap, Wyatt with it. Gomez comes near side, has a man. That'll be complete out at the 35 and moving out to the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 to Anson Marquez, his 2nd catch of the ball game. 123 through the air for Gomez, 21 for Marquez. And he gets out of bounds, so it'll stop the clock. 25 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Back where they started this drive after the INT was made by Gutierrez. Empty set in the backfield. Trips to the right from the near hash mark. Send a man in motion right to left. That is Gonzalez. Gomez with it, has time, pressured now, throws it up the seam, has a man in stride and puts 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. DeMarcus Thompson up the left seam, goes 34 yards and into the end zone, and the Cats break the goose egg.
A beautifully gauged throw. I wasn't sure who he was going to throw to. He had two eligible guys heading for the end zone, and he went left with Thompson, and both of them had some pretty good coverage just a couple of steps away on him by Seminole.
So now the Cats have broken the goose egg, 35-6, the point after to come. And that could be very important, of course, with the Cats having the football to start the second half. Try and claw back into this one as flags fly. The kick is up and over the band and good. And I have a feeling we're going to have a false start on Lovington, and we're going to get to do this one again. And it will be actually offsides on Seminole, and Lovington will decline it and take the point. I like that move. So 19 seconds to go in the first half. Lovington on the board, 35-7. We'll just keep it right here as we're getting ready to be up on halftime. Evie Stuber back in studio engineering and producing. Great to have you back in the family, Evie. Not that you ever actually left. Brad Henderson working the camera tonight, doing a great job as we fight the glare and no glass, or rather not being able to open the windows, having to shoot through glass. That always gets some glare. Hey, you can tell that Brad is a proud Wildcat. Of course, his son's played a whale of a ball game. I'm wearing my station shirt.
Yep, number 87, Marcus Henderson.
Yep, I've got to convince Coach G to get me one of those great blue Wildcat shirts.
Get a Wildcat cap for me while you're at it.
All right. Well, he likes you a lot better than me. He might, if you asked, he might give it to you. He'd probably send me the bill for, the whole team. We have fun. We love Coach G and the entire staff and of the athletic department at Lovington. We love everybody at Lovington. They take very good care of us, and we appreciate them. Well, thanks for bearing with us, though, on the camera. We do have a couple of games, I believe, next week if we are allowed to film. Sometimes we are, sometimes we aren't at Santa Teresa. I don't believe the windows there open either. And then I don't believe they open at Denver City. And I know they don't open at Artesia. So we may have a lot of shooting through glass over this next little bit. But we will bear and do as good as we can, and thanks for bearing with us. So Lovington to kick it off after the touchdown. A beautiful 34-yard strike from White Gomez to DeMarcus Thompson. The point after was good. And so now to kick it away, it'll be Remy Hernandez. And he will put the big boot into it. It is a high end-over-ender, and that one is going to be fielded. And now they're going to run a modified starburst. Keeping it himself is Kramer. And he didn't really fool anybody as he's going to get out to about the 17-yard line. Tried the little fake mini starburst as Braden Bailey coming around. So not great field position. 1st and 10 for Seminole. And
they'll have 12 seconds to work with here.
So time, and you already know they're going to just gun it down the field, you got to think. If you're Lovington, I think you go full prevent. If they want to get 30 yards at a chunk, okay, fine, let them. Just don't let them score and make them take 12 seconds on the clock. They will come out. Single back in the backfield is Gonzalez in a 4-receiver set. And they'll hand it to Gonzalez, and he's going to shimmy and shake and shuffle and cross the 25 and out to the 30 on the far hash mark. And he is going to pick up enough. He's going to have 12 yards on the ground as they're trying to get up to run another play and spiking it down with 3 seconds to go after the first down. Officially incomplete for Holstrom, but it'll stop the clock. And so Seminole will have one shot at the end zone from up at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 10 now. Twins left, twins right. Gonzalez is the deep back. Lovington only 3 men across the front. Have got everybody else drop back. Throw it underneath. Throw it on the far side. And upended was the receiver. That was Kramer once again. And he's going to be out at the 48-yard line. So an 18-yard catch by Kramer. And that will end the first half of play as the Wildcats trailing Seminole 35-7 in this one. So getting ready for our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. Don Morgan and Coach G. And Don, as soon as Coach G gets to you, just take it away. Hope I can see you down there. So.
Okay. We're good.
John.
Hey, got 7 points on the board going into coming out. That's the good news. Bad news is 35-7 on the board. What do you see from the first half?
thing that we got to get adjusted to better is the tempo. You know, obviously we got guys playing both ways. They know and understand that. They don't. And so, I mean, we just got to go. I mean, we ain't got no other choice right now. So that was our message all week. Be a goldfish. And, you know, if something good happens, you can remember it for 10 seconds and we got to go. Something bad happens, 10 seconds, drop it and keep playing. So playing really, really hard. DeMarcus Thompson's doing an outstanding job. I think Wyatt's doing a good job of getting him the football. We got to run the ball better in the second half, and so we've got a couple new guys up front. Those guys are rallying up and playing. So good thing is was down. We didn't let them out of the half with the touchdown. We get the ball coming out at the half, and so got a chance to make it a 14-point swing, and that's what you want.
All right, big message at the half.
Got to finish better than them.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, Dawn Morgan with Coach G, our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation. So we'll be back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Welcome to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. You know you're going to need the Napa Know-How for your car at some point. Well, get it from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go. And the Wildcats, well, they're going to need some get up and go in the second half as they trail Seminole in this one 35-7. Dawn Morgan field side. I'm TJ Miracle. Brad Henderson helping us with the camera this season. And tonight, and Evie Stuber back in studio engineering and producing. So let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We will start with the Seminole Indians. It's been the Wyatt Holstrom to Miles Espino show. Holstrom 16 of 28 for 259 yards in the first half. 5 touchdown passes, 4 of those coming to Espino. and 1 INT. As we mentioned, Espino, 8 catches, 117 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, I'm sorry. He had 1 called back. His other favorite target as far as yardage goes, Matthew Peters, 1 catch, 70 yards, and it was for a touchdown. Caden Kramer, 3 catches, 27 yards. He has a touchdown as well. On the ground, Braden Gonzalez has pretty much torn us up. 13 carries, 112 yards in the first half. Only other person to carry the ball was Wyatt Holstrom. He had 7 carries for 25 yards. The Wildcat defense did get to him twice, so 2 sacks in that first half. 259 through the air, 137 on the ground, 396 total yards in the first half. Ouch. Seminole got 14 first downs in that first half. They were flagged 5 times for 50 yards, and they got 14 points in the first quarter and 21 in the second. 1 turnover, that INT for Coach Pointer's Indians. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats through the air. Wyatt Gomez goes 11 of 22 for 157 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 INTs. That touchdown coming to DeMarcus Thompson on a 34-yard seam route. Thompson, the leading receiver, 3 catches for 86 yards. Cesar Gonzalez been targeted a couple of times, and a couple that were oh so close, but he winds up with 2 catches for 27 yards. On the rushing side of things, Cameron Ochoa, 5 carries, just a single yard in that first half. Gomez was sacked once. He's in negative territory. Rivero on an end around. He's in negative territory. And Garza, who came in late and got a carry for no gain. So 157 through the air, -7 on the ground. 150 total yards for the Wildcats in the first half. They got 6 first downs in the first half. Were flagged 5 times for 35 yards. No points in the first. 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 7 on the board. So the Wildcats with a lot of work to do, trailing this one 35-0 here at Wigwam Stadium in Seminole. We will take another timeout, come back with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half as Wildcat football continues in a moment on KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel, and HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Brad Henderson, our producer here in the booth, helping us out with the camera. Of course, Evie Stuber back in studio and engineering, doing a fantastic job as always. So as we continue on the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show, time for your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. And well, Dawn, the Cats with some work cut out for them.
Yeah, they definitely do. But, they get to take a little energy and momentum from that score right before half and having the ball to start the second half. It's got to give them some confidence. I'd like to see them, the offense go ahead and try to catch fire again. They're doing well with the pass as long as they can protect Gomez long enough, for him to get it off. He's been doing well with those short passes and even found, receivers with a long bomb or two for good results as well. So like to see them, step up and do that. Lovington D's got to be tired. As Coach mentioned, Seminole has such a big roster. They don't have any guys playing offense and defense. So
that is correct.
They've got fresh legs. They've got, all the time. So they've got enough players to plug in to offense and defense, substitute, within possession. So, they're going to be fresher. Of course, they're going to be faster. And Lovington has got a lot of two-way players, and they've got some players, of course, missing because of injury. So they're doing what they can with what they can. And I think, they're out there. I think the second half is going to be better. The sun's down. It's a little cooler. The lights are on. I think they found their footing just a little bit more. And, this blazing fast lightning, speed of Seminole has been a little something for them to adjust to, both, offensively and defensively. So hopefully coming out this second half, it's going to be a little bit of a different tale. Let's hope that Lovington can find a little more something, on both offense and defense to really help them play and have better results in the second half. And I'm kind of jealous about the bands. Have you noticed back in the day we had to wear our uniforms no matter, every game, even when it was hot early on in the season. And they look fine. I'm not taking anything away from both the bands. They look fine, in their jeans, T-shirts in the case of Lovington, even shorts. Seminole band getting to wear shorts. Back in the day, you and I, we had to wear those hot, uniforms and hats and everything every game, no matter the heat.
Yes, but did you guys have ruffled dickies?
Well, no, but
we did.
We had cutaway coats with long tails, spats on the shoes, and tall, like 3 foot tall, furry headgear.
Oh yeah, we had that in Big Spring too, and we also. But yes, we had ruffled dickies. Look it up, kids. And yes, I was awful glad when I got to play football and didn't have to march in the band. Actually, I enjoyed that too. It's all part of the experience.
Yeah,
it certainly is. So, talking about the keys to the second half, I think one of the keys for Lovington is going to be on special teams, as they got kind of suckered in a couple of times on some onside and near onside kind of no man's lands kicks. Lovington with 2 turnovers in that first half. Actually, I'm sorry, 3 turnovers in that first half, 2 interceptions, and then the onside kick went awry. But there was 2 other kicks that Seminole almost got to, so you've definitely got to pay attention to that. Seminole is up in this one by 4 touchdowns for a reason. You do not want to give them any additional time with the football if you can help it. Lovington needs to find a way to move the football and control the clock. When you high octane, high power, fast moving offense like these Seminole Indians, the best way to knock them down is to keep their offense off the field. So Lovington needs to find some long sustained drives. Every single play, they cannot afford to move backwards. They've got to find, even if it's 1, 2, 3 yards at a time, they've got to find that, whether it's short passes, getting Ochoa going. Of course, easier said than done, because Seminole very, very big on the line. Lovington has got to find a way to open up some holes, give Ochoa some running room, and give a little bit more time for Wyatt Gomez when they throw those short passes. Of course, when you throw those short passes, and we saw it a couple of times in that first half, you kind of leave your receivers hanging out to dry if there's a safety or a linebacker bearing down on them, and some pretty big hits put on by Seminole in the first half. If your defense, let no one behind you. Seminole as we've seen, tosses the ball all over the field, and they use that pass to set up the run. Braden Gonzalez, 13 carries, 112 yards in that first half. But really, they handed it to him after they'd kind of dinked and dunked and tossed it all over the field and taken big chunks out of things, from Holstrom to Espino, Kramer, Peters, McCormick, and Petty, among others. So, it's going to be a tall order for the Wildcats. And the other key I'm going to say is come out and score on this first possession. Even if it's a field goal, move the ball and get a score on the board.
Put some points on the board. And, I think you're exactly right. Got to move forward in both ways, scoring and on the field. And, as you said, try to eat some clock while you're doing it. Control the clock.
Yeah.
Keep it out of the hands of the Seminole offense if you can.
Yeah, again, easier said than done. The Tribe from Seminole, they are one of the best teams in 4A Division II in Texas for a reason. This has been your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa know-how for your vehicle from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Napa, get up and go. Back for the second half right after this. This is Lovington Wildcat football from Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back to Wigwam Stadium in Seminole, Texas. Lovington Wildcat football continues here on Z94 KZOR as the band comes into Don Morgan's mic there. So, go ahead and shut that down just momentarily as we prepare for the second half of action. Seminole leading this one 35-7. Great to have you with us here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. The Z94 KZOR app on HobbsAmerica.com. The Lovington tab, and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And I do believe we will be announcing next week who our first $100 winner is from the YouTube contest. Somebody gets $100 of my money. We've hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And, of course, every 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. So tell your family and friends and subscribe. And, hey, it could just get you a little bit of my money. It's not coming from the station. It's not coming from our sponsors. It's coming out of my pocket just to say thank you for subscribing to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So Seminole back out on the field, getting ready to kick it off as Lovington is circled up at the 45-yard line around Coach G and the staff as we get ready to kick off this second half of action from here in Seminole tonight. The Wildcats with some work to do, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, they do, but they got a chance to get off to a really positive start here, and they came out with a lot of excitement. You know, I feel that their energy is back here. So let's see if they can corral all that energy and put it to good use here on the field.
As we prepare to kick this one away, as coming up to kick it off is Davidson, and this one will be a high end over ender, and Lovington just going to watch that one go through the back of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 20-yard line. So Lovington trailing by 28 in this one, 35-7 the score. And we talked about it as part of our keys to the second half from Lovington Auto Supply, the Napa keys to the second half. Going to be, that's right, NCAA rules. They come out to the 25 now. So from the 25-yard line, a 75-yard field to work with, but find a way to move the ball effectively, burn some time off the clock, and get a score on this possession. But easier said than done. So Lovington's going to come out in an empty set. Wyatt Gomez is the quarterback, trips right, twins to the left. From the shotgun, Wyatt with it, has time, slings it, wants it all, going for Thompson, and just overthrows him as Thompson got a step on his man as he got behind
Austin
the defender,
Olivas.
Austin Olivas. He would have been gone off to the races, but just let him about a step and a half too far, but the line did a nice job giving Gomez protection that time.
Yeah, a lot of time to make that throw.
Incomplete, but 2nd down and 10 now from the 25-yard line, just underway third quarter. As Lovington comes out, and they're going to come out in that 5-receiver set once again, still from the middle of the field. Gomez in the shotgun. Seminole with 4 men across the front as a man springs free, and Wyatt going to get taken down back at the 15-yard line. As coming through and getting him and putting the hit on him was Carlos Gonzalez.
And Wyatt, he tried to slide forward and try to slide out of as much harm as possible with that, but still went down hard.
Second sack of the ball game, and he loses 9, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 19. Ouch. Lovington moving the wrong way. Their opening possession of the second half. Seminole just going to keep licking their chops as with that one, when Oliva sprung free, there was nothing that they could do about it. And Seminole has not rushed a lot other than just their front 4. Low snap, Wyatt picks it up off the turf, and he'll shovel pass it out to Ochoa. That one kind of a busted play from the very beginning. He's going to get a couple of yards out of it. Call it a 2-yard completion on the shovel pass.
Yeah, they had to just make whatever they could out of that, and they had big number 10, Kevin Goffey, right there, bringing him down.
On the bright side, that does get Ochoa back out of the red when it comes to the passing statistics. His second catch. Now he's got 0 yards, and on to do the punting will be Patrick Sanchez. Seminole going to come after this one. Nobody back deep. They'll put a man in motion and kick it away. It is popped up and spinning. It's going to bounce and then come sideways at the 43-yard line and then come to the 45 and go out. So it winds up being about a 30-yard, 28-yard punt officially. Seminole will take over their first possession of the second half from the Wildcat 45-yard line. So it's coming back out will be their Wyatt Holstrom. So 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 45. Seminole football. Cats with 4 men across the front. Good snap, Holstrom back. Pressure comes, throws it across the middle. That one will be complete at the 40, trying to catch the corner. 35 to the 30, 25, and finally bumped out of bounds will be Kramer. So he's going to get, let's see where they put him officially. Yep, they're going to give him 20 yards on it, and it'll move the chains for Seminole.
Ramiro Gonzalez trying to give chase and bring him down, but just couldn't come close.
279, and it'll be a handoff as right up the middle is Gonzalez. Not a lot of running room as the interior line collapses in on him. Coming out from the bottom of the pile will be Valentin Herrera. It'll be a 2-yard pickup for Gonzalez. He will be on the left shoulder this time of Holstrom. Twins left, Twins right. Back to pass. Holstrom looks, has time, steps up in the pocket, wants it all, goes to the back of the end zone and knocked away at the last possible second. Good defensive play by Zadrick Betancourt as that one had touchdown to Jaden Garcia written all over it. The Cats dodge a bullet. It'll be incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3rd and 8, we'll call it.
Good job to Betancourt. He had to look back over his shoulder and keep track of that ball and then use his height advantage to reach up and tip it.
As Gonzalez moves to the right shoulder. Hand it off, hole up the middle, but it closes in a trip up by Henderson across the 20 out to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5. 119 on the ground for Gonzalez, and they are going for it on 4th down. Gonzalez trying to get the corner. He's going to be tripped up as he gets to the 10-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Ochoa, but it's enough for the first down as 8 yards. 1st and goal now for Seminole.
And I think Julius Arroyo was also in on that tackle.
So it'll be 1st and 10, handed off to Gonzalez. He's going to try the right corner this time, cuts it back up through one of his receivers and into the end zone untouched for the Seminole touchdown. So he'll take it 8 yards to the house for his first rushing touchdown of the ball game. 135 yards rushing now for Gonzalez. As, we couldn't really catch that because, thank you very much, the way they've got these tiny little windows. I'm not complaining, but we apologize. Didn't get all of that one in there. Again, just the limitations of the booth we're in as the kick is up by Danielson, and it is good. 9:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Seminole 42, Lovington 7. Back in 1 minute here on KZOR. Donaldson will tee it up at the 40 after Seminole takes it to the house. The point after is good. As the kickoff, it'll be a squibber that's going to be fielded back at the 7. Wildcats bringing it back. That is Ochoa to the 15, and then he is going to be met by a black wall and driven backwards. Good coverage by the Seminole Indians, and so the Wildcats will take over with a long way to go. I'm TJ Miracle high above Wigwam Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side. Brad Anderson running our camera tonight. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So from the 15-yard line, that's where they will spot it. And Lovington with a long way to go and a deep hole to dig out of. Of course, if you're a fan of New Mexico high school football, you know when it happens, you get 35 points up, the clock does not stop except for timeouts and changes of possession. Not the case here in Texas. So we will continue on regular game timing rules. Gomez with it. Pump fake is hit as he lets it fly, and that one will go out of bounds. So broke the pocket and kind of in the neighborhood on the throwaway, so no chance of grounding there.
Lovington desperately needs to get out of that end of the field. Move forward.
Yeah, at some point I think you've got to, because Seminole is getting good pressure with 4 up front. They're not rushing 5 or 6 to overwhelm the line. Their front 4 has just managed to push through and get room for to get in and get pressure on. And the thing is, when you throw the incomplete passes, that stops the clock. So trips to the left, one to the right. Rolling to the left side, Wyatt with it, throws it back underneath, and scooped
Nice.
up by Cesar Gonzalez. Nice job by Cesar. He's going to pick up 12 on the completion. Gets out of bounds, but it'll move the chains. First down, Cats.
That's what we like to hear. And now if they can just keep this momentum going, they've had little stops and starts and been able to do this and then stall out, of course, because Seminole's a very good football team.
So from the 22-yard line, Lovington will have it first down and 10. Just under 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Lovington trying to deal out of a 35-point hole. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Hand it to Ochoa, sweeps it out to the right side, has some room to the 30, but then is chased down from behind at the 32-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 4 for Cameron.
He's flung down by David Rosales.
Yeah, Rosales with good pursuit there.
Actually, Bailey, I think it was Braden Bailey. 5 looked like a 6. I think it was Bailey.
So Bailey on the tackle. It'll be good for a pickup of 4. It'll be second down and 6 to go. 8.5 remaining here in this third quarter. Lovington on the move, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 4 receiver set from the far hash mark. Rolling left. Gomez looks. Pressure comes, throws it, and that one is going to be picked off at the 40 as DeMarcus Thompson is going to have to go from receiver to defender as
Rowan
Donaldson with the INT. That'll be the third pick of the night on Gomez, and so the INT will give it right back to Seminole with good field position on the Wildcat 40, make it 39-yard line. Just a tough one to go. And so Seminole going to try and expand the lead out here with 8:14 to go in the third. And again, there is no 50-point rule in Texas high school football, and there is no 35-point rule either. So they're going to stack them up left and right this time. New back in the ball game is Garcia. As Holstrom going to change the play at the line. Lovington with 5 men. Hand it to Garcia. He's got some room as he's across the 30, is tripped up.
Little shoestring tackle there by Anson Marquez.
It'll be 12 yards on the ground for Garcia, and it'll be a first down for the Indians. They're 17th of the ball game. So Holstrom back to it as they will continue to move. Hand it to Garcia. He goes right side, cuts it back up the middle. He's across the 15 and down to about the 13-yard line. It'll be 13 yards on that carry for Garcia. 2 carries, 25 yards, and another Seminole first down. Now inside the Lovington red zone.
Brought down that time by Kyler Reeves, number 7.
So first down from the 13-yard line. First and 10 for Seminole as they're going to shift Garcia over to the right shoulder. Send a man in motion, and they'll hand it off to that motion man who comes around and is going to be hit inside the 10 down at around the 7-yard line as that pitch went to, that was number 21, Gameros.
I think that was Cameron Ochoa bringing him down again, making the stop.
Oh, Gameros gets it 8 yards, so it'll be second down and 2, and just the keeper for Holstrom, and he'll take it into the end zone from 3 yards, make that 6 yards out. And so Holstrom with the quarterback keeper touchdown, his first touchdown of the ball game, and Seminole stretches it out now to 48-7. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
It's tough. Such a tough game from the very beginning of this one for Lovington.
And so Donaldson on for the extra point. He's gotten a workout tonight. He's got an interception and then all the PATs. The kick is up, and that one is good. 7:18 to go here in the third quarter. All Seminole in this one. Indians 49, Wildcats 7. Lovington Wildcat football continues in a moment on KZOR. The Seminole Indians take advantage of the fourth turnover of the night for the Wildcats. Take it 40 yards into the end zone. The point after is good. Those 7:18 remaining in the third as Donaldson will kick it away. It'll be fielded back at the 5, bringing it out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, looking for someone nearing 25, out across the 30, and a flag on the play. I think we're going to have a hold as Jaden Gutierrez with a good return, but we got flags coming in everywhere. So a flag on the field, and we got a couple, and I think we've probably got maybe an illegal block in the back on Lovington, and then this one that's up here around the 42-yard line, I've got to think maybe that's unsportsmanlike conduct because that came out late. So we may actually wind up having offsetting penalties here as they're going to pick up and wave off the near side flag. Oh, and it looks like they may be showing a clip on the one on the flag that's back at the 30. So they're going to wave off the flag at the 40. And, yeah, I think I saw the side judge over there indicate that it was going to be a clip. Well, nope, it'll be a hold on the return. So that'll wipe out a pretty good return. It'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Wildcats and just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. That's their sixth penalty for 45 yards. So move them back to the 19-yard line.
Oh, we've spent way too much of this game in, back trying to dig ourselves out of our own red zone, right?
Yeah, we certainly have. Not much you can do about it. Except just continue to move forward and play the hand you're dealt. No trips to the left, one to the right. Back to pass. Wyatt looks, slings it, goes into the middle of the field, and that one will be incomplete. He was trying to get Betancourt on a little fly route.
Betancourt being defended there by number 12, Gonzalez, and Joshua Lopez.
So it'll be incomplete, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 19-yard line. 7:05 to go here in this third quarter. Thanks for being with us tonight as we click towards 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 9 o'clock Texas time here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Hand it off. Nope, actually it's going to be Gomez keeping it himself. He crosses the 25 to the 30 to the 35 and finally run out of bounds. The 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 18 on the keeper for Wyatt and move the chains. First down, Cats.
I like it. Maybe he needs to scramble a little more often like that. I think, Seminole was so worried keying in on what the play was going to be. They never thought he was going to be able to break free and get that kind of yardage. So,
Eighth first down for Lovington. And so first down for the Cats. Out around the 36-yard line. Trips left, one right. Far hash mark. Gomez with it. Hand it off. Now, he keeps it himself. He's got room. He's across the 45. A little spin move at the 46-yard line. All they're going to say his knee went down at the 45. So it'll be a 9-yard gain on the quarterback keeper for Gomez. 2nd down and 1. Well, that's been pretty impressive.
I called that pretty well, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Let's see if I can send some more plays in over here. We'll see.
In NCAA 94, there was a thing called the QB waggle that always seemed to work. Maybe we could call that in. Of course, this isn't NCAA 94 either. Sega Genesis, kids, look it up. Send a man in motion from the right to the left. Low snap, Gomez handles it, throws it across the middle and almost gets that one picked off. Really no Cats in the neighborhood, a couple of Indians there.
Maybe there was a miscommunication in that because it was Thompson and Jaden Gutierrez running the routes, but they were way behind the ball. So
as Marco Reyes in the neighborhood for Seminole, also over there ready to jump it was Hiram Gaitan. So Seminole and starting to put in some of their second string defenders here. So 3rd down and 1 for the Wildcats. Deep back is Ochoa. Cameron, faking the handoff. Wyatt with it, but they sniffed it out that time as Donaldson going to knife him down back inside the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Going the wrong way.
Yep, so it'll be a 6-yard loss on the quarterback keeper that time. And so 4th down and 8, and it'll be punt time for the Wildcats. And that was actually Garcia in at running back that time, as Ochoa will check in the play this time. Got to think punt time with 5:40 remaining in the third. Lovington is going to line up, though, in an offensive set. Good snap, and they will run it. Gomez throws it underneath. It'll be complete.
Nope, his
Nope, it's
feet
going to be
were
incomplete.
out of bounds.
Feet out. So Jaden Gutierrez trying to come down with it, not able to, and so it'll go over on downs. So Seminole going to have good field position at the Lovington 38-yard line. Yikes. Short field to work with for the Indians, and timeout on the field as the Wildcats will call timeout. 5:28 to go in the third. All Seminole in this one. We're back in 30 on KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. A timeout on the field. Not sure who took it because they haven't clicked it off the board. And
Actually, I think it's an official timeout. I think the officials, I don't know what they're talking about, but they are out there. I think they might have needed some hydration. Ryan Weiser from the Wildcats took them some bottles. I think they needed to just take a break.
Well, maybe. I was going to say, since they play under NCAA rules here in Texas, there is a media timeout, although we used to not take that one. But it is Seminole football with 5:28 to go in good field position at the Wildcat 38-yard line. Holstrom takes it, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it over on that far side. It will be complete, and getting out is going to be Garcia, and he's going to hobble forward across the 35 to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 for Garcia. Second down and 5 for Seminole. 284 receiving yards for Seminole as they'll hand it off to Gonzalez, and he'll go left side and get it to the 30. It'll be a 3-yard pickup for Gonzalez, his 18th carry of the night, 138 yards. Very impressive for that young man. And a Wildcat is down on the field. So you hate to see that, an injury timeout on the field.
Looks like it might be a cramp.
I would bet so, yeah.
Yeah, they pull up. He was rolling around. They pulled up the leg. And I did not see who that was. I didn't see the number before he went down and rolled around, so I'm not sure who that is.
They're going to try and stretch that out. While we've got a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to all the good folks who make Wildcat football possible here on KZOR. Lovington Auto Supply, Lovington Schools, Bob Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, Stone Oilfield Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, CYA Trucking Insurance, and Eastern New Mexico University. Of course, our friends at Eastern New Mexico University, all kinds of great programs for undergrads and graduates. So check out Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, proud supporters of all Lee County athletics.
That is number 7. That is Kyler Reeves coming up. They're going to limp him offside, but looks like maybe just the cramp. Let's hope so. Yeah, he's starting to walk it out now.
Yeah, certainly hope so. Of course, got to stay hydrated with these. Not as hot as it was last week, but still pretty warm temperatures.
You bet. Starting really basically an hour earlier, had a lot of heat and sun to deal with. That's not usually the case.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 30-yard line inside Wildcat territory for the Indians, as they're going to back them off the line as we wait to completely clear the field. And now they will start the play clock with 4:52 to go here in the third. And Seminole knocking on the door once again, already up by 42 points. Everybody bunched in tight, low snap. It's a Wildcat to Colton, and he will take it. Left side, Caden Kramer, No, the Wildcat, and is it going to be enough for the first down? Yes, it is. So Kramer, his second carry of the ball game, will net 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10. That is the 19th first down for Seminole. Holstrom back in the ball game. Gonzalez is the running back on the left shoulder. 4 receivers set. Hand it off, and right up the middle, Gonzalez inside the 15 down to the 14 as he just had a hole over on that left tackle and took it home. 14 more yards for that young man. 152 now for him, and it'll be first down. Low snap, hand it to Gonzalez again. He comes around the right side, and not much room to run as Lovington tracks him down nicely over there, number 34.
And Cameron Ochoa, actually 24.
Jaden Garza, okay. So it'll be a 1-yard pickup that time. 153 now, and it'll be second down and 9. Holstrom from the near side, looks, waits, fires, goes back deep left corner, and that one is caught, and it'll be a touchdown to Logan McCormick. 14 yards out, and the Seminole Indians put another one on the board. So McCormick now with the 14-yard touchdown reception, and that gives 298 yards for Holstrom. As the point after to come, now a 55-7 game. It was 46-6 last year. So Seminole trying to expand on what they did a year ago. As the kick from Donaldson is up, and it will helicopter through. 3:45 remaining in the third. All Seminole in this one. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. The Indians take advantage of a failed fourth down conversion for the Wildcats and punch it in for another touchdown. Make this a 56-7 ball game as Donaldson waits to kick it off. 3:45 remaining in the third. Of course, if we were in New Mexico, we'd be talking about one more point. Makes this a 50-point game and would end it. Not so here in Texas. A short kickoff will be handled by the Wildcats. Gutierrez with a little seam across to the 40, out to the 42-yard line. Pardon me, that's Bentoncourt.
Yep.
So to the 42, a nice return there for Zadrick, and it'll be first and 10 for the Wildcats. Again, going to be, I think, important for the Cats to just try and, at this point, you're working on next week. You don't want to get anybody hurt. You just want to work on some things, try and find some positives that you can take out of this, and more importantly for Lovington, you want to burn some time off the clock. 3:39 remaining here in this third quarter. So still a long time ago. At this point, you're trying to limit the damage. Send a man in motion from the left to the right and keeping it. Nope, they will hand it off that time. And out to midfield. Nice run there for the Wildcats as they handed that one off to Jaden Gutierrez.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fake and then a really nice little, as they just slipped it into Gutierrez. And he's a quick guy. He made some yardage out of it. Good job.
Picks up 7, so it'll be second down and 3 from just shy of midfield. Keeps it in the field to play. Again, Lovington.
Keeps the clock rolling.
Yep, Lovington can afford to take their time here. You're trying to work on some things and limit the damage. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Send a man in motion. Fake the handoff to Ochoa on the end around. Sling it over to the near side. Find Thompson at the 31-yard line. Gets away from 1. Inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
Beautiful.
24 yards, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful reception as he slipped away initially and made a little spin move, and I thought he was going to be able to break free, but here came a swarm of Seminoles.
110 receiving yards for DeMarcus Thompson
Very
tonight.
Nice, yeah.
10th first down for the Wildcats, and they will be inside the Indian 30 at the 28-yard line. First down and 10, 2.5 to go in the third. All Seminole in this one. Lovington playing for pride as Gomez rolls right, gets a good block, and then we'll throw it underneath in that bullet. And going to be incomplete, or did he get it?
No, I don't think.
I haven't seen an official. Nope, he
got
caught it.
All right.
So that one was complete to Gonzalez out there. It's good for 4 yards.
Yeah, we'll take it. There was such heavy traffic and too many bodies between here and there. I really didn't think that he got it in time to stay in bounds.
So the 4-yard completion will bring up a 2nd down and 6. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Twins left, Twins right. Deep back in the backfield with Gomez is Ochoa. White going to be flushed, rolls left, looks downfield, looking, throws it to the underneath and skips it into Thompson. Just kind of short-armed that one, incomplete. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. If I do some math here, there is 195, 199, 199 passing yards for Wyatt Gomez. 110 of those have come to Thompson tonight. So the clock stops with 1:40 to go. An important 3rd down here for the Wildcats. Keep the chains and the clock moving. Keep it out of the hands of the high-powered, high-octane Seminole offense. 4 men across the front for Seminole. Spread everybody else out. And, yep, we've got an offsides on Seminole. Free play for the Wildcats and overthrowing Thompson.
Wanted him in the corner. Thompson with some pretty good coverage on him by Marcos Reyes at there.
Yep, the difference, you might have noticed, the play continued in Texas. The rule is, just like it is in the NCAA, on an offside, it becomes a free play for the offense. They let play continue. In New Mexico, of course, they blow it dead immediately, so the play could continue. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on Seminole, and it'll get Lovington very close to 1st down territory.
Yeah, should be 3rd and 1.
Yep, 3rd down and about a yard to go. 94 seconds remaining in the third. As Lovington, again, continues to fight and continues to play as tough as they can. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. Cats are going to have to hurry this one up. As the snap is good, and they'll give it to Ochoa, and now he's going to be stopped and hit behind the line. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but nowhere for Cameron to go on that one. We'll call it officially no gain, so it's 4th down and 1.
Lovington really needs to punch this across.
Yeah, at this point, I think, you know what, I don't know what you run in this situation. There has not been a lot of inside room for Cameron Ochoa. He is not the leading rusher right now. Gutierrez is with 7 yards. Ochoa with 5, 4 yards for Gomez. High snap, Gomez handles it on 4th down and call it officially 2. Pump fake right, throws it as he's falling backwards, and that'll be complete. That is into the hands of Gomez and into the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown, Wildcats to Cesar Gonzalez. 21 yards to the house for Cesar, and the Cats have scored again.
Very nice, as Cesar had to fight for that. He really had to fight, not once but twice, to get free and then to reach out and grab that and hang on to it. So good job.
Absolutely. 64 yards receiving tonight for Cesar Gonzalez. As the point after to come, high snap, it is put down and the kick is up and it is good. 41 seconds to go in the third. Seminole 56, but Lovington back on the board. 56-14 our score. Back in a minute on KZOR. And the Wildcats finally get an offensive drive together. It culminates a 21-yard touchdown pass from Wyatt Gomez to Cesar Gonzalez. The point after is good from Caleb Aranda.
Gomez was over here getting stretched out, fighting cramps. He's seeing a lot of time in the game. And one of the assistant coaches was over here just telling him, good job, have fun, have fun. Remember, this is a fun game. Let's loosen up and have fun out there.
Well, and that is important. Just have fun at this point. As Seminole going to go to 1-0 on the season. And Lovington still with a lot to play for. And a lot of pride on the line. And it'll be an onside kick. And Seminole will get it, and fielding it on the hop before it even goes 10 yards is Reagan Elder.
Yep.
And he will move it in. Wonder if he's any relation to Mike Elder, our sister station KSCM over here. So move it inside the 40 to the 39 on Elder's return. And so Seminole will take back over 37 seconds remaining here in this third quarter of play. They're up by 42. Still keeping Holstrom out there, the starting quarterback. They have moved Garcia into the running back role. Bunch everybody in tight right on the line. So Holstrom waits for it. Gets the snap, looks to pass. Has time, throws it, has a man in motion. He gets him across the 30 to the 20, down the sideline to the 10, stiff arms a man and 5 and into the end zone for another Seminole touchdown. That's Peters, his second touchdown of the ball game. 39 yards out. He's got 109 now and 2 touchdowns on 2 catches. And so 39 more yards into the book of Wyatt Holstrom. As I do some math real quick, that gives him 337 yards. And right now we're looking at 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. Yeah, 8 touchdowns, unfortunately. The point after to come, and Seminole gets it right back as the kick is up, and that one is no good. So 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Seminole still firing on all cylinders. We're back in a minute on KZOR. It's a 39-yard touchdown strike from Holstrom to Peters. The point after is no good, and the offensive explosion for the Indians continues. They lead this one 62-14. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan is field side tonight. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Brad Henderson on the camera tonight, and it will be a short kickoff. Going to be fielded at the 25 by the Wildcats by Betancourt, and he'll bring it across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And that's where Lovington will take over 1st and 10. We are still in the third quarter, as right now we have 76 points on the board and still a quarter plus of football to play.
Down to the final 20 seconds of this third quarter.
Probably be the last play of the third quarter right here, I would guess.
And these guys, you know, it's easy to look at the scoreboard and say, wow, it's just, 62-14. But even in a game like this, they're out there. The Lovington Wildcats are still out there. They're working hard. They're sweating hard. I see the sweat. I smell that. I hear the hit of the pads. They're working hard.
Gomez back to pass, is going to be pressured, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, rolls it, throws it, has a man out across the 45 to the 50, and right at midfield, as out of the backfield, Cameron Ochoa snuck out of there and makes the grab and gets it to the 50. It'll be 19 yards and move the chains for the Cats.
He fell back down on his back, and they're rushing out to see it. Ochoa back down. I don't know don't know why, but Coach D is out there.
Maybe a cramp, I would guess.
Maybe, but I don't know. They're talking to him. He's just flat on his back, got one of the knees up, talking to him.
239 through the air on 35 attempts so far for Wyatt Gomez.
He must have felt something. He started to get up, and then he fell back down. I don't know if he just had trouble, putting weight on one of his legs or something. I don't know.
So it was good for 19 yards. And 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. You would certainly hate to lose anybody, and that's kind of the danger when you get into games like this is you got to be careful, and I'm not sure, and again, I've always said there's a reason I'm up here and not down there, but I'm sorry, I would have pulled most of the starters if I were both of these coaches probably about 6 minutes of clock time ago.
I think he either got the breath knocked out of him or he took a really hard hit below the belt, but he's better. He's up running off field, so doing okay.
That is good, but yeah. If you're either one of these teams, you really don't want to risk injury. So
no, and it goes back to my point from a minute ago. Is despite the score on the clock, these teams, both of them are working hard, and Lovington is still out there. They're still playing. They're sweating. They're working. They're tired. And when you're playing tired, you got two-way players, and you're taking this much punishment. A lot of things can happen in the last quarter of this game. We just want them to stay healthy.
As we go to the fourth quarter, the buzzer sounds on the third. Seminole 62, Lovington 14. Back in a minute for the fourth here on KZOR. Welcome back to the Wigwam here in Seminole. Wigwam Stadium, start of the fourth quarter, as it's been all Seminole Indians in this one. They lead it 62-14, put up 27 points in the third quarter. So Lovington, out of the change of quarter, does have the football, and they got a first down before the clock expired. So 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line, still out there fighting hard. Gomez is the quarterback, empty set in the backfield from the near hash mark. Looks, fires, and throws it behind his intended target as he had a man coming down the seam, but just forgot to run the curl route. It was Ribeiro, so incomplete, and it'll bring up a second down and 10. Still 2:31 through the air for Gomez with 2 touchdowns. Unfortunately, 3 interceptions to go with the 2 touchdowns. And second down and 10, just shy of midfield. Cats at this point just playing for pride and working on next week for some stuff against Santa Teresa, I would think. Going deep, going long, and overthrowing Ribeiro. Incomplete once again. So that'll bring up a third down and 10. And Lovington, Don, still shooting for the lights.
That's right. You just got to keep playing, keep on. Just try to move forward.
Game on, Wayne, as they used to say. Wayne's World kids, look it up. Saturday Night Live skit turned a pretty good movie. So it'll be third down and 10 for the Wildcats, and whistles sound as the play clock was down to 3, and the Wildcats are going to take the timeout. We'll just keep it right here. There's only 12 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. All Seminole in this one. Of course, next week the Wildcats will be looking to bounce back as they will hit the road, and we'll hit the road with them down to southwest of El Paso, as we'll head down to play the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors at their place next Friday night at 7 o'clock going into the holiday weekend. But we'll make the long trip so you don't have to. We are still waiting on approval to video stream that game. Even if we do not get video approval, you will be able to hear the audio on HobbsAmerica.com and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And, of course, right here, as always, the radio broadcast on Z94 KZOR and the Z94 app. Lovington definitely going to be looking to bounce back next week, and good luck to Seminole moving forward. Of course, they're in our KZOR listening area, too. So we would be rooting for Seminole as if they weren't playing Lovington tonight. Twins to the left, twins to the right out of the Wildcat timeout on 3rd down and 10. Rolling right, Gomez pump fake is hit as he throws it, finds Ribeiro out at the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 8. Won't be enough for the first down, so it'll be 4th down and 2 in decision time.
Yeah, got hit by Dylan Kretsch and brought down.
And I've got to think Lovington will go for it.
So officially, what, 4 yards?
Officially on that one, 9.
9, okay.
So 4th down and about a yard to go. Lovington going to bunch everybody in tight. Fake the handoff. Wyatt looks to pass. He's going to be pressured. Throws it underneath. Has a man. That's Garcia. But behind the line and gets back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain and complete. But to Garza. But there is a flag on the play. And they whistled that one down. And it'll be holding on Lovington. Penalty declined. And so it'll go to Seminole. So it was completed to Garza, but for no gain. And so back over to Seminole. And less than a minute gone here in the 4th. Seminole continuing to try and make the scoreboard look like a pinball machine. Seminole sends a man off late, but they get him off in time. And we have a new quarterback in the ball game as the handoff goes to Garza, and he's still on his feet, crosses into Lovington territory. He's going to be down at the 42-yard line. He picks up 18. That's Garcia. As Gonzalez is now the quarterback. He was the running back. Another Seminole first down. 42 yards for Garcia, and they'll hand it to Garcia again, and he's got some running room as he's across the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14 for Garcia that time. Now he's got 56 yards rushing. And Seminole continues to pour it on. And Garcia back, or Gonzalez rather, is the quarterback. He'll just keep it himself. Brings it to the left side, and he's got a seam. He's across the 20 to the 10, and finally pushed out of bounds. But, yeah, probably a hold on Seminole. So this one should be coming back.
And I don't know of also.
Yep, it will be a hold, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty on Seminole. So that'll wipe out a big gain for the Indians.
And Clayton for Lovington coming up. He got his bell rung, I guess, or he definitely shaking it off. He's still up motoring, but he definitely had a hard shot. Either went down hard or something.
Well, they'll move that one back. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So move it back to the 36-yard line. First down and 20 for Seminole. 10-17 to go in the ball game. All Indians in this one as they finally put in the backups. Pretty much across the board. Gonzalez, who's the starting running back, is the backup quarterback. He's pressured. He'll throw it. He'll have it complete. And some running room to his man, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. A little stutter step. And inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line, as that's going to be complete to Garcia. So 37-14, that is 23 yards. And it'll be another Seminole first down. .28 yards receiving for Garcia. And a low snap as Gonzalez going to pick it up, and he's going to just have to eat it as Anson Marquez is going to bring him down back at the 25-yard line. It'll be an 11-yard sack. So Gonzalez losing 11.
Lovington plagued by low snaps in this game and in their last game too, but this time it was Seminole's turn to just try to eat that one, just have to eat that one.
4th sack of the night for the Wildcat defense, 3rd sack of the night. So now they're going to split Garza out as Gonzalez just going to take it himself, tucks it, runs it, huge hole up the middle, inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. So he's going to pick up 15 yards. So he gets the 11. He just lost back plus a little.
And he was brought down by Clayton.
157 on the ground now for Gonzalez, pardon me. But we've got a holding on Seminole again. So it'll wipe that one off of the books. So that's going to happen a lot of times when you get your younger, less experienced players in. So they'll replay 2nd down.
Should be what, 25?
Yeah, 2nd and 25 because it happened behind the line, looks like. Or it might have been a personal foul. That was a 15-yarder. So the 15-yard personal foul penalty. 4 receiver set. Gonzalez looking left, going down the middle, and has a man and into the end zone for the 29-yard touchdown, as that is to Garcia. Garcia, 29 yards, 57 receiving yards for Garcia, and the touchdown now. And Gonzalez on that drive goes 2 of 2 for 52 yards, and the touchdown, the point after to come. It is now 67 to 14. Sorry, Evie, I'll reconnect here. To reconnect in a minute as it's cycling through as the point after to come. 68, yeah, I'm sorry. And the kick is up. And the 10th touchdown of the night for Seminole makes it a 69-14 ball game with 8:49 remaining in the ball game. All Seminole in this one. We'll be back in 1 minute as Wildcat and Indian football continues on KZOR. And it'll be kicked off by the quarterback, and it's going to be muffed. The ball is loose on the turf, but I think the Wildcats got it back at the 35, so almost disaster as Seminole has scored 10 touchdowns in this ball game, and Lovington has just had no answer at all. With Don Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle from high above Wigwam Stadium. Brad Henderson running camera tonight for us on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. So still a lot of playing time here, 8:45 to play. Of course, if you're a New Mexico football fan, you may be going, hey, wait a minute, it's 69-14. Why are we still playing? Well, in Texas, there is no 50-point rule, and there is no 35-point running clock rule either. As now the officials coming over to talk to Coach G. I didn't see a flag. Was there a flag on the play?
I did not see a flag.
On the far side. So.
Was there?
Yep.
Okay.
So a flag on the play as they're explaining it to Coach Gonzalez. It'll be offsides on Seminole, and Lovington will take the football first down. Nope, they're going to make them re-kick it. So move Seminole back 5 yards. Their 8th penalty of the ball game for 80 yards. So move them back 5 and make them re-kick it. Actually,
well, you get opportunity out of that, maybe.
Yes, you do. It's actually Holstrom who kicked it. Another onside attempt for Coach Poinier. And now it looks like it'll be, nope, it will be Holstrom who will kick it, and it'll be little bit deeper this time, and on the run, fielding it up at the 25. Bringing it back is Ochoa to the 30. Gets a block, 35 out to the 40, into the 42-yard line.
Flag.
And flags come in everywhere as the tackle made by Dylan Gretsch. I think we may have a late hit. That's probably what I would call the way they threw that one. The head linesman signals it out. And let's see, we're going to have personal foul face mask on Seminole. And so move them 15 yards. 9th penalty against the Indians. That's really the only thing that hasn't gone their way tonight. 105 penalty yards against Seminole. So click off another 15 for Lovington. Yeah, Seminole on the night, and I'm going to do quick math, which is never good. They're right about 650 yards on offense tonight. Seminole has really just put on a clinic.
But opportunity here. Lovington can
with the
capitalize on this.
Yep, with the 15-yard penalty, they have it inside Indian territory at the 43-yard line. Send Ochoa in motion. As pressure comes, Gonzalez rolls near side, Gomez, and he'll throw it down the sideline and right into the hands of one of the Lovington coaches. Don't think he's an eligible receiver, incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
No, but the footsteps were hot and heavy against him, on him, that is, by Heiss and number 65, Garcia.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Make that the 42, 8.5 remaining in the ball game. Lovington comes out in a 4-receiver set again. Time to start working on stuff and thinking about next week, maybe seeing what some of your backups can do. This time as Wyatt will sling it and overthrows DeMarcus Thompson. On coverage down the field was Reyes, but it'll be incomplete. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. And for comparison, about 650 yards for Seminole on offense. For Lovington, about 245. 250. Me doing math in my head is never a good thing.
Well, which, if you look at the percentages of that almost matches what the if you boil the percentages down, that matches the score pretty much.
Really kind of does.
The margin of scoring for each team, or the margin of yardage.
Gomez back to pass, wants it coming up the near side, has a man, and it'll be complete and into the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. And did they put them in? Yes, they did, as the Cesar Gonzalez will have it from 42 yards out, his 2nd touchdown reception of the night.
That was a beautiful pass. Watching that ball spiral through the air, glinting in the stadium lights, and then to come down so perfectly. Gomez to fight for it and keep his feet in the end zone over there in the far corner. That was a nice TD.
And, of course, because of the way the wall and the windows are in here, that was in that corner of the end zone that we cannot see from our vantage point. But it was a beautiful throw and a beautiful catch. Snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. 8:14 to go in the ball game. Seminole 69, Lovington 21. Still a long way to go in this one as we continue on Z94 KZOR. A 42-yard drive and a 42-yard touchdown pass from Wyatt Gomez to Cesar Gonzalez. And the point after is good, and the Cats continue to fight, trailing 69-21, 90 points on the board in this one. Unfortunately, a little bit lopsided if you're a fan of the blue and white. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. from here in Seminole tonight, as the Cats going to kick it away as we continue this one from here in Seminole tonight. As the kickoff, it'll be a low wobbler, and that one's going to bounce and then going to be picked up at the 20 and to the 22-yard line. And being pushed out of bounds will be Kramer. So 1st and 10 from, they're going to give him 23 or the 23 or the 24. So Seminole with some room to go, but haven't had a lot of trouble moving the ball tonight. Lovington going to have some work to do on defense next week. That is for sure.
Really just Lovington defense need to just kind of try to slow them down here. Slow them down, slow the roll. Try to keep them from scoring or scoring so quickly.
Gonzalez back out at the quarterback. He will hand it off to Garcia, and he's going to bring it up across the 30 out to the 32, 33-yard line. It should be enough for the first down. Are going to be very close. It's going to be actually 9 yards officially to Garcia, who has 65 rushing yards now on 5 carries. And they'll hand it to Garcia again as he's going to go right side, turn it up a little bit of seam, and is going to get it out to the 40 before the Cats will bring him down. So 7 more yards in the book for Adam Garcia. Now 72 passing yards. That is the 25th first down for Seminole. An offensive juggernaut tonight. Brian Gonzalez back to pass. Pressured, throws, has a man, and good coverage by Cesar Gonzalez as he was trying to get, that was Peters, but it'll be incomplete. And so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 7:19 remaining in the ball game. From here in Seminole. And the handoff, as looking for some room, is Garcia, and his knee is going to go down. He crosses the 40, gets it out to the 42-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and about 8 to go for the Indians. And a hard count, and Lovington jumped, and that means free ball, and they're going to go for it all and overthrown everybody. But they'll replay it on the 5-yard penalty against the Cats. That'll be their 7th penalty for 50 yards tonight.
Looking for Peters again downfield, but good coverage again by Gonzalez.
Oh, not a lot you can say when you've got a game like this one. And fake the handoff, and they'll throw it, find a man who on a little comeback route, and it'll be complete. That is to number 20, and he just drags some Cats with him. And so that'll go to Davis. And so Davis is going to pick up 11 on the completion, and it'll be another Seminole first down. 26 of them.
But clock is running, 6.5 left to play in this game now.
Yep, keeping it on the field. Fake the handoff. Garcia keeps it himself, room up the middle, and he's going to be into Wildcat territory, even further up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the quarterback keeper there for Gutierrez. So he has got 150 rushing yards, 150 tonight. And they'll hand it off. Garcia again, he is inside the 30. Down to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 14 for Garcia as he approaches the century mark. He's got 88 rushing yards on 8 carries. As we hit just past the halfway mark of this 4th quarter, Seminole on the march once again, trying for their 11th touchdown of the ball game. To Garcia, starts it right, turns it back left, and is tripped up at the line by Henderson. Will roll forward for 3 yards, looks like. 2nd down and 7. 91 on the ground for Garcia. They've got to know he's getting close to the century mark. I bet they keep feeding him. As Gonzalez going to change the play at the line and move Garcia over to his right shoulder. Three receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Fake the handoff. Gonzalez throws it to a man cutting across, and a nice defensive play as they trip up that receiver. That was number 7, Garibay. Is Garibay going to get 4 on that one? 67 through the air for Gonzalez. He's ready to go, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, hitting the backfield, gets out of it, is going to cross the 15, still on his feet, down near the 10-yard line. So 9 yards on the keeper for Gonzalez. 159 on the ground for that young man, and it'll be another Seminole first down. First and goal this time from the, no, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. So from the 11-yard line, clock continues to move, 4:25 as they split Garcia out wide to the left. Throw it into the middle and complete to number 21. And that's going to be Gameros. And he's going to pick up 4 on the completion.
It was a quick bullet. He was able to scoop that up before he hit the turf.
And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers tonight for Seminole. Hand it off to Garcia, and he runs into a white-clad wall right at the point of attack and right at the line as the Cats are unstacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Cats getting in on the action right there, including Michael Heim. No gain on the play for Garcia, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to move. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Seminole will have their first victory of the season. They send Garcia in motion to the right side. Gonzalez is going to be hit on a quarterback keeper and gets forward for about a yard.
Kyler Reeves brought him down there from behind.
Nice job to stay at home. Now 160 rushing yards for Gonzalez tonight. And deep inside the Lovington red zone, and I think Coach Hornoy will go for it, keeping the offensive unit out on the field. Well, they can get a first down. First down marker sits at the 2-yard line. They're at the 8, so it's 4th down and 6. And knocking on the door once again. Fake the handoff, throw it, complete it, and to the 5 and into the end zone for another Seminole touchdown. 8 yards to Peters, his 3rd touchdown of the night. That may be the game of the night for that young man, game of his life. Good for him.
Anson Marcus reached up and just almost, I think he had just a fingertip away from being able to tip that ball away. Otherwise, that would not have been an end zone dance there.
Just the way the cookie has crumbled tonight for the Wildcats. So the point after to come with 2.5 remaining in the ball game. Donaldson has gotten a workout tonight, and he will push that one through. 2.5 to go, 2:35 exactly in the ball game. Seminole 76, Lovington 21. Back in a minute on KZOR. As the Seminole Indians, for the 11th time tonight, put another touchdown on the board, this time an 8-yard touchdown pass to Matthew Peters, his 3rd TD reception of the night. The point after is good, and 76-21 are scored. 2.5 minutes remaining here in this ball game. So Lovington going to try and engineer one more score. They've still got 2 of their timeouts to work with as we await the kickoff here. Looks like it'll be this time be Bailey to do the kicking, and they will kick it. And it will be fielded back at the 10 as Ochoa comes across the 20 to the 25 and slips down out around the 30-yard line. That's where they will put him. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Brad Anderson running the camera for us tonight. Doing a fantastic job. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So, do the Wildcats have one more score in them? Can we get to a 15th touchdown in this ball game, Dawn?
Yeah, I think that they need to continue to go for it. These guys have worked hard all game. The scoreboard may not prove it out, but they're working hard. They're working just as hard as if they were winning. So they're tired, but if they haven't given up, they've kept fighting during this game, and they've kept that attitude good. So, yeah, they've got possession of the ball. They can score. Let's hope they do.
Gomez in the shotgun, and whistles sound. And timeout going to be taken by Seminole. Well, we'll just keep it right here with 2:27 remaining in the ball game. Of course, Cats next week will take the long trip down to southwest El Paso to take on Santa Teresa, which is in New Mexico. It's a little strange that you have to go right through the heart pretty much of El Paso to get there. Of course, we've played them a lot, and we'll be with you about 6:45 next Friday night going into the holiday weekend. Kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. Lovington Wildcat football all season long, brought to you by Eastern New Mexico University, CYA Trucking Insurance, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Lovington Schools, and Lovington Auto Supply. Of course, your Devon Energy postgame show, Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up in the postgame here in just a couple of minutes, 2:27 of clock time. So out of the Seminole timeout, Twins left, Twins right. Gomez from the shotgun. Waits on it, takes the snap, has time, wants it all down the left side, and just overthrows DeMarcus Thompson, who had beaten his man by about a step and a half, but just led him a little bit too far. And so it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
That was Garza on Thompson. And Thompson, oh, he could feel it. It was so close, he almost had it. He was hitting the turf.
281 yards through the air tonight for Wyatt Gomez. And that was his 40-something pass attempt. 43rd pass attempt. Well, he's been airing it out tonight. Throw it underneath, complete to Ribeiro at the 35. Gets a little room, 37, but the ball is coughed up, but they blew the whistle. So it'll be a pickup of 6 for Rivero. Pardon me. So a 6-yard completion, 287 now through the air for Wyatt Gomez. 1:52 remaining in the ball game. 3rd down and 2 to go for the Cats. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, something like that. The Cats going to continue to try to move the ball forward. Gomez back to pass, pump fake, comes down the near side, has a man, and just out of the reach of Cesar Gonzalez. Cesar, you need to be about 2 inches taller.
Well, he was keeping his feet down. He knew he was
you
very
have to
close.
Tap both of them in.
Yep, and he knew, and he put his feet down to drag him. And but by doing that, he sacrificed, being able to keep good control of the ball, bring it down safely.
So it'll be 4th down and about 3 to go for the Wildcats. 94 seconds to go in the ball game. As we click towards 9 o'clock New Mexico time, 10 o'clock Texas time here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Twins left, Twins right. All Seminole in this one, and flags fly, and false start on the Wildcats. It's just been that kind of night. You start getting a little bit something going their way, and then, well, they have to move backwards. Another thing I have noticed, and I had forgotten this, is, of course, I've been in Lee County calling New Mexico football for the last 18 seasons now, Dawn, but in New Mexico, the band playing while the other team has the ball is a no-no. It's a penalty. Here in Texas, that's just fine.
Yeah.
And
I hadn't
timeout
stopped to
be
realize
taken.
that until you mentioned it, but you're right.
Yeah, I mean, the band is playing, and that can disrupt timing. Again, not allowed on NFHS rules, but it is perfectly okay under NCAA rules, as Lovington going to take the timeout. 94 seconds to go. Next week, as we mentioned, we'll be in Santa Teresa, New Mexico, down southwest of El Paso, right on the U.S.-Mexico border. Be on about 6:45. Kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. We will be there and have that game for you. Audio for sure here on Z94 KZOR and the Z94 app, and pending video approval. Also have that on, well, whether we get video approval or not, we will have at least the audio for you on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm confident we'll get video, but there's still I's to dot and T's to cross. Or T's to dot and I's to cross, as my grandmother would say. Trips receivers to the near side, one to the left. Gomez back to pass. Pressure comes off of the blitz. He goes backwards, throws off of his back foot, throws it underneath. Somehow Cesar Gonzalez is going to get it. Gets away from a tackler out at the 38, gets across the 40, tiptoes the line and across the 45 to the 50, and flags flying everywhere. So he gets the first down, but I got a feeling this one is coming back.
Yeah, around the time that he was able to kind of spin out of trouble again for the second time, there were 3 flags all on the field right within 5 yards of each other.
Yeah,
right
you
here.
could have an illegal block. You could have a hold.
A lot of things that are
you
good
could have
right
a
here.
clip, and it'll be on Lovington. So let's see what they say. And I didn't see the signal. And it'll be an illegal block on Lovington, so we'll replay 4th down. That is 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and basically it's like it never even happened. We'll reset and do it again.
Just kind of wipes it out.
8 penalties, 65 yards for the Wildcats.
We've got the memory. We know it could happen again.
They will roll the clock. 4th down and 9 for the Wildcats as we click down to 1:10 to play. All Seminole in this one, 76-21. We might as well just do the same thing again, maybe this time without Wyatt having to run 40 yards backwards, and he'll sling it to the far side this time and overthrows his intended target, so it'll go incomplete.
That was
Jaden Gutierrez.
Yep.
No, incomplete. And that will bring up 1st down and 10 for the Seminole Indians with 57 seconds remaining in the ball game. Question is, will Seminole shoot for another touchdown, or will they just take the kneel downs? They can kneel it twice and be done.
Well, judging by what they've done in this game, I kind of have to think that they would go for it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right? Yeah.
It is a personal opinion, and Coach Pornoy can, he can certainly have. I mean, he's got his backups in there, and he is going to put his starters back out. So that tells me it's victory formation time. He's going to put Holmstrom back in to take the, it'll be victory formation. And he will take it and just kneel it down and let the clock roll.
Probably have to do this one more time.
Yeah, they've got 40 seconds on the clock, and they reset it at 35. Yep, they will have to kneel it down one more time to end this one. So mercifully, it will come to an end with one more kneel down as the Seminole Indians tonight victorious 76-21. Yeah, 76-21 is the final as Holmstrom prepares to kneel it down for the final time tonight. No, he awaits the snap and gets it and will kneel it. And that will do it as the clock will expire. So our final score tonight from here in Seminole, the Seminole Indians 76, our Lovington Wildcats 21. We will take a 3-minute timeout and come back with your Devon Energy postgame show and your Bob Surfway Coaches Conversation. Wildcat football and the Devon Energy postgame show coming up on KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football, your Devon Energy postgame show as the Cats fall to the Seminole Indians 76-21 tonight. And a tough loss for the Wildcats. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one. We'll start with the Seminole Indians as their quarterbacks. That's Holstrom and Gonzalez combined tonight to go 26 of 42 for 416 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1 interception as Matthew Peters, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 117 yards. Miles Espino, he also had 117 yards. He did it on 8 catches and had 3 touchdowns. Caden Kramer, 4 catches, 47 yards and a touchdown. And Jaden Garcia, 3 catches, 57 yards and a touchdown. On the ground, Braden Gutierrez rushes the ball 24 times for 160 yards. He was sacked once by the Wildcat defense after he went in and quarterback. Adam Garcia in relief, 10 carries for 91 yards. And Holstrom tonight with 10 carries, 27 yards, including a touchdown. He was sacked twice by the Lovington defense. So if you're keeping up at home, 416 on the ground, 416 through the air, 311 on the ground, 727 total yards tonight for the Indians. If you're a Wildcat fan, ouch. 9 penalties, 105 yards tonight against Seminole as they score a whole lot of points, 28 first downs in the ball game, and just a dominant performance. Passes completed to 9 different receivers tonight by Seminole's quarterbacks. For your Lovington Wildcats, Wyatt Gomez on the night finishes up at 21 of 46 for 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 INTs. 2 of those touchdowns coming to Cesar Gonzalez, who had 106 receiving yards. DeMarcus Thompson, no touchdowns, but 5 catches, 110 yards on the night. I'm sorry, DeMarcus did have a touchdown, so he was the leading receiver tonight with 110 yards, but Cesar Gonzalez right behind him with 106. Tough sledding on the ground. Leading rusher tonight was actually Jaden Gutierrez on an end around with just 7 yards. Lovington held to just 15 yards on the ground tonight. 287 through the air, 15 on the ground is 302 in the total category for the Wildcats. They were flagged 8 times for 65 yards and had 13 first downs in the ball game. So not what the Wildcats wanted, but they've got to put it behind them now and get ready for the Desert Warriors of Santa Teresa next Friday night going into the holiday weekend. We'll have your Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation coming up for you here in just a couple of minutes, as I'm sure Coach G, talking a lot about what they did tonight, and there's going to be a lot for them to look at and watch tomorrow in the film room. And then, sometimes, unfortunately, you just get your butt whooped, and so you got to put it behind you and move on. And we'll go field side. Dawn Morgan and Coach G, Bob's Thriftway.
Yeah, Coach G, takeaways tonight. I know that these guys, they worked just as hard as if they were winning. They never gave up, put 21 points on the board at over 300 yards. And what are your takeaways from this game?
They're a really good football team. We knew what our deficiencies were coming into the game tonight. Started 2 sophomores tonight on the offensive line. Settled in, and at the end of the day, the tempo just wore us out, and that's what I was afraid of, and it's hard to simulate that in practice, but we adjusted to it well. I felt like defensively, especially in the first quarter, we did an outstanding job. 2 big stops on 4th down, but I'm just proud of us all the way around. This, like I told them, this doesn't feel very good right now, and it doesn't just not feel good for them, it feels good for all of us. It doesn't feel good. Right. And so the adversity that we had tonight, it's going to help us grow and get better as a team, and we'll get better in the future from this, and we'll get better starting tomorrow.
Playing good teams early on, it's for a reason, but of course, a lot of times you're going to end up on the other side of the scoreboard when that happens, but it comes with some good lessons, some important things. As you said, character building, and means better results later in the season for sure. And now, looking at next week, what are we going for?
So we had it all spread all over the yard tonight here, and then next week they're going to try to cram it in the phone booth.
Bunch it all up again.
But they've had a pretty tough first 2 games. They played Mayfield. They played Mayfield tonight. They had a tough one. I can't remember the first one. Goddard. They played Goddard week 1. So they've had 2 really, really tough games. I'm not sure how they did tonight against Mayfield, but we're going to have to stop the run. That's going to be the big deal, is stopping the run You know, they're going to be a 4-2-5 cover 3 defense, and so we just got to keep improving, stop the run next week, got to get our run game going, especially in games like this, but we'll look at it tomorrow and get better.
Yeah, most of the success offensively tonight came from the air, for sure.
And I think, you know, we could have had some more success. We had some breakdown in protection, you know, and Wyatt's having to throw off his back foot, and that's never good for a quarterback. So, but again, I think it comes back to, you know, our 2 youngins in there. We had a sophomore center, you know, hadn't started a sophomore center since 5 years ago, a young man by the name of Lucas Tarin, and he turned out to be a pretty good player. So I was really, really proud of him. Jesus Morales stepped up as a sophomore. He didn't think he was going to be the starting center tonight. And then on Tuesday, just ended up happening that way, but he stepped up in a big way, and I'm proud of those guys that stepped up tonight.
Yeah, injuries lead to opportunities,
Absolutely.
and players can step up and prove themselves, and hey, and it opens your world up as a coach a little bit more when you see new players step up and prove what they can do.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know, especially on the offensive line, they got a great offensive line coach. Coach Pecos Fort does a great job with them, preparing them. And there's definitely some things, especially there late in the game, and they're trying to blitz us, and, you know, shouldn't have happened and should have picked it up. So we'll learn and grow from it, and that's sophomore mistakes, and we'll get better from it.
All right, we'll see you next Friday. We'll be there.
All right, Don, can't wait.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach G.
All right, thank you very much, Don Morgan. Coach G, always, you know, nice enough to talk to us after the ball game. Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. So, all right, I think we've said about all we can say. Any final thoughts tonight, Don?
You know, no, I think, you know, I think we've pretty much said it all. You know, Lovington worked hard. They left it on the field, and they'll grow from it. And we've seen this in seasons past when you know, Lovington has really, really good teams. They're coming up again in the first few games, the non-district part of their schedule. And we've seen them take some losses, take some hits, grow from it, and come back and have great, you know, district seasons. So that's what they're looking to do, is just improve game by game, and hopefully look at a good game and maybe a win against Santa Teresa on Friday.
Well, that's what we can certainly hope for. We'll be on the air about 6:45 next Friday night with the kickoff at 7 o'clock. So for Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, for Brad Henderson running the camera tonight, for Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Seminole, and thank you for listening and watching to the Lovington Wildcats here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Now back to the greatest hits of all time on KZOR. Good night, gang.